Oh, this guy.
Reese, I just pushed record, and now you said, "Oh, this
Mary?
guy."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I gotta restart. Just kidding. I'm just gonna keep it.
You're gonna keep
This
that.
is it now. I push buttons and I don't unpush. Okay.
Sorry.
Dominic Monahan. Reese.
Okay. Let's continue that conversation on air. Just kidding. We're gonna do freaking Eberron right now, you guys. Welcome.
Wow.
Fallen Sky. We're Eberron, dudes. Are you ready to rip up the freaking shred the NARS?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What happened last time, John?
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Ryan, are you asking for a recap? Yeah. Because I got one for you.
Boy.
Welcome, everybody. First of all, I just have to make sure that everyone feels welcome, at home, and accommodated.
Get
Is that a word?
comfortable.
Yeah, get comfy because we're in for a
Viewers.
long haul. Okay, let's start with the recap. Last episode, the party went through a secret entrance in the special armoire, which led to a small room. In the room, they found the bodies of Hale and Zarek. Zarek looked to have died from multiple cuts, scratches, and stabs, and Hale seemed to be in some dead state, with no pulse and not breathing, but her eyes seemed to be moving under her eyelids. There was also a decapitated orc body, Dask member, that appeared to have been strung up and bled out onto the ground into a little hole, which seemed strangely dry. The party also found hidden beneath an overturned desk a small black notebook that seemed to contain information on various members of Haven, including the party themselves. The last portion of the notebook seemed to be sealed off by some magic. Through some intense investigative work and a quick chat with Rico, the party found out that Alice, the missing girl, was in fact a hag who seemed to have matured into her true form and escaped. That was a good gasp.
That was quite
That
good.
was a good gasp. Can I hear it again?
I'm a voice actor.
Oh, that was even better.
Like
I
echoing.
think there's an echo, yeah. that
Wait,
was
if you do it the
impressive.
third time, is it going to be even better?
I feel like you're mocking me.
Or is your
now.
voice
Okay.
gonna crack?
I'll be gone for the rest of the night.
That's right.
They also found out that Rico and possibly Zarek had taken a vow of silence concerning some matter regarding Hale and or Haven. And the episode ended with the party deciding to head to a church of the Sovereign Host to try and break the seal on the rest of the book. But before we head there,
And also for book club.
and because of book club,
Shelley's
you got to
book
get your
club.
book club time
Shelley's
in. It's very important. You got to catch up. You guys are falling behind on your readings, your weekly readings. Before we do that, though, we're going to... Because last episode, we quickly brushed past your visit to Above and Below. And you had mentioned some things that never happened. Like, you'd mentioned that you wanted to take Zarek and Hale there and do... Well, we did take them there, but then... And Lilith... I can't remember what they said, actually. But you guys also wanted to speak with the dead, I think, on them, right? Or wrong?
Yes, correct.
I'm pretty sure you'd mentioned that. Okay.
Correct. Moon.
So why don't we pick up at Above and Below? Then we'll say you did the little talky talk with Rico, and then we'll skip through that, and then we'll just go straight to the Sovereign Host.
Okay.
So you guys are back in Above and Below, the same place you guys have been many times, looking great.
The last time we were here, we brought like a few headless people, right?
What's
Or like,
the-
No, last time we were here, there was
You brought
we were
Kaiser's
stoned,
body.
We were stoned.
you know, Kaiser and you were Stone and
Bring
Kaiser's
Kaiser's
dead
body.
body.
Oh yeah, and Proxy's stoned body.
Yeah, made that sweet
And
salve.
Scrap's stoned body.
Kaiser's body's here, hey?
Kaiser's body is somewhere. I don't actually remember. I think you put it in the Fallen Sky, like, or in Haven proper. Pretty sure.
Did we?
Oh, in one
You
of
did.
the... Sorry, that was very loud.
Okay, well that was also loud. I guess I'll let it both out now. Thanks. You know what happened? You took no.
Tell us what happened, John.
Reese,
what?
Thaddeus wanted to drop the Kaiser's body off with Toller, the bartender at the bar.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Heck no! Get that stinky thing out of
So,
here!"
are you serving food here? Let me put a body.
Dead
Give me
body there. So then
Just
he went
like
inside and
scrapping
dropped it somewhere inside. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like in one of the
Yeah.
freezers in the kitchen.
What?
He's in the freezer?
I don't think he's in a freezer. Maybe I missed that.
I think you like butchered a body in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I was like
He
taking
did-
apart a head while I was eating some
You did.
some
Fries.
Noom fries. Yeah.
You did do that. That's true. It was
Gross.
Bruto, the little half elf or half orc guy.
Above and Below.
So yeah, above and below. Okay, so you guys can perform that. It'll cost 100 gold each.
Good thing we
I
got
don't
it.
have that kind of money.
I think someone here
Didn't
has
we
our
just
fund.
get a whole bunch
We
of
got like
money
$8
from
grand.
that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, Hale, yeah, I mean Haven's stash has a bunch of cash. That's true.
Well, who are we going to talk to, Zarek or Hale?
Haven's stash has a bunch of cash.
Boom, boom,
Well,
boom,
Hale's
boom,
not
boom.
dead.
So we gotta
like
talk to
Hale's
Zarek.
like, well, but Zarek doesn't talk.
Maybe
Where, is there
Wait,
going to
we
be
should
a
ask
problem
for
here?
maybe clarification about that first.
Yeah, like if someone's vow of silence when they're dead, it can't
Is it broken once they're dead?
till death do you part.
You ask Lilith, who you're asking Orlith? Who-
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is
They
it?
say, this is something I've never seen before.
How
It's
convenient.
beyond my...
hopeful.
If, like, we give you 100 gold and you try to talk to him and it doesn't work, do we get a refund?
If you cover the cost of the incense that it'll cost to burn, sure.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal.
How much
What
is
does
that?
incense
That sounds
cost?
pretty good.
The incense is 10 gold.
Okay.
That's
sure.
not bad. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
actually
let's
I'm
do
on
that.
board with
But if
that.
the ritual works, you gotta pay up.
Yeah, fair
Okay,
enough,
sure.
fair enough. Okay.
We run a proper business
You run a
here. We're
business?
not trying to scam people. They
We
say.
love you guys.
Okay, so Orlith gets to
Nice.
work. Who would you like to perform the ritual on?
Zarek, right?
Yeah, let's start with
He's the
Zarek,
only
I
dead
think.
one.
Well, yeah, we
I
don't
mean,
know
is
what-
she dead?
She's not dead.
Well, she's got no
Ask
pulse.
Orlith
Yeah,
and
what,
Oh, yeah.
She's just twitchy.
in your
Well-
professional opinion.
According to us, she seems dead in all intents and purposes. She's not breathing. She's not. There's no heartbeat. I don't really know what else to say. There's just some movement of her eyes, which is very strange, for sure.
But like, are there any signs of decay or like decomp starting?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but it seems like she might have passed quite recently, so it might be too hard to tell.
Can I do a medicine check?
Yeah.
on
Yes,
that?
you can.
All right. I'm gonna.
Can I assist?
That's a good point, actually, because it has been. I kept thinking it's like been pretty recent, but actually it's been a while.
This is
Like
before
2 days,
Rico.
right?
24 hours. at
Even
least.
if it hasn't been that
See,
long,
See,
just
the
like
rigor mortis,
the
whatever
very
would kick
beginning
in
of
and
rigor
stuff
mortis,
too,
you know what I
actually,
mean? Yeah.
Okay, roll.
Can
you
I
roll-
assist?
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, I'm just gonna put on these like weird little like. So I'm just gonna kind of like put this weird liquid all over my hands, and it's just gonna like
Hand
kind of like
sanitizer.
immediately harden into like almost like thin gloves that allow me just like more sensitivity to be able to
Wow.
detect certain things as I investigate the body. Are
I
you
like
assisting
that.
me? That
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
what goes
am.
in real life?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'll lick your gloves to give you better.
was real bad. That was real bad.
He licked his gloves and it's messed up, man.
Yeah.
No, to give him more like, you know how like
Yeah, well, clearly it didn't work 6. It was real bad.
Um,
Even
yeah,
with
you don't really
advantage and in my guidance.
that's really low.
Yes.
What were your natural rolls?
A 3 and a 4.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
sucks is sad.
Yeah, it seems like it's hard to tell. It really seems
My
very
medicine's
much like
crap.
before.
I'm not wise.
I should have done that then.
Leolith will say, "Would you like me to do a more thorough investigation of her body?"
Yes, please.
Wait. How much will it cost though?
I won't charge you that much. Maybe 5 gold.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dealio.
they get to work. They start like moving the limbs and like feeling things, and you can already when she starts moving. I can't get pronouns. Okay, they start moving things on her body, Hale's body. You can tell quite quickly that like there's some rigidness to Zarek and not to Hale. More than you would see.
Okay. Then Zarek.
Then
Right?
normal.
Zarek?
Yeah, Zarek.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, couldn't we potentially though
Yeah,
still
I mean,
talk
I'll-
to her?
you
even
can-
if,
We could try.
To
yeah,
be
anyways, let's start with
honest-
Zarek. I mean.
I'm also kind of curious if it would work or not, but it's your money.
Same deal, $10 if it doesn't work.
$10.
10 American dollars, yeah,
10
would
yen.
work.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, 10
10
yen
Canadian
is
dollars.
better, I think.
10 Brellish dollars,
What
wherever
is
Brellan.
the exchange rate between gold and dollars?
1 for 1. Okay, yeah. So it takes about an hour. It's a long ritual because this is the way things work here. Orla starts burning some incense and like wafting it around, and starts doing some muttering and a little bit of a chant. And Zarek sort of like opens his mouth, and this sort of gasp kind of goes, or like this little weird inhale goes. And then Orlith speaks and says, "Okay, go ahead. What would you like to ask them?"
Scary.
How many questions are we at?
I think 5, actually.
5 questions. Okay,
That's
we
a
didn't
lot.
think about that. What are we going to ask?
We should have prepared.
Proxy?
Who?
Take it
Maybe
away.
how he died.
That's a good start.
No.
I feel like we know it's the hack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the hat.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, it has to be
What were they doing there?
like the orc. Maybe we could.
That's
We could ask what
What
the vow
happened
of
to
secrecy.
Hale? And this vow.
Yeah,
Sounds-
that's
sounds
for
what's
sure what
about.
we need
Oh,
to
yeah,
know.
yeah. Let's start with that.
Let's start with that, yeah.
What was your
What was the question?
What was your vow of silence about?
It's really unnerving because it's this like airy voice that doesn't seem like it's even would be his voice. It's just this airy sound coming out of his
Have we
mouth.
ever
To be fair,
heard him
we've never
talk?
heard his voice.
You haven't, but you heard him grunt, so you know he has vocals cords somehow in there. And your question was, what was the vowel sounds?
About. Yeah.
He speaks. He says, "I will not speak to that."
Well,
One
Kill him
down.
again.
No,
okay.
Maybe
Well,
we should
we
just
just
stab
no,
Hale.
well,
and
at
then
this
ask
point,
him.
did we just say $10, 10 gold for the incense, or do you want to?
Because we have to pay
'Cause-
100 if we ask all 5.
Yeah, but we asked if they could talk
First
to
of
us
all,
despite the
it
vow of
seems to be
silence.
working,
it's
so
not
you
working.
can't just get your thing
It's not
because
working
he's
if-
not answering your questions perfectly. He doesn't really.
But that's what our question was: is if he can't speak to us because of the vow of silence.
I thought you meant.
This also sounds like he might just not
wouldn't
want.
Okay.
That's the thing. You know this now from this spell. And Orlith will actually speak up and say, "Look, you can't really. They speak what they want. There's no controlling the dead. They won't speak truth if they don't want to speak truth. It's
but
not
they're
how
not,
that
like,
works.
Refrained from speaking.
You could ask that too.
Well,
You
Seems
got
like a
4
waste
more
of time.
questions.
I think we should ask what they were doing down there. Like, what was the
yeah.
ritual? Why did they have that, ritual circle and stuff? What
Well, I
was
think-
the...
Weren't they doing some
They're
magic
trying to
trying to
prevent
stop her
the
transformation?
girl from
Well, that's what
I
we
assume so.
That's what we said. We could check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I just want to make sure it's 5 questions. That's what I'm looking up here.
20 questions. Got it.
43 questions. Wow.
43,
I'm just kidding.
wow.
No,
Gonna be here a while.
3 or 5?
Did you get
That's
the
the
question?
session.
5
John?
questions. Yeah.
Did you get the question?
So
though?
you're asking what exactly?
were
What
they
was the
doing?
orc about? What were they doing down there with the circle and the orc? And
Where is it? Zarek speaks up again. He says, "I was protecting Hale."
Ugh. I
Okay.
hate him.
Whoa.
Man.
This is not a great answer, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's the most we've ever gotten out of them.
Yeah.
This is a lot you're getting out
That's
of him.
true. Maybe
I
ask.
still hate
Also,
him.
if you really want to get mad at me, get mad at D&D because the spell says specifically that these things are cryptic. Okay.
Hey, dude, I'm not
This
mad
is
at
the
John.
way this spell
I'm
works.
not mad at John. I'm
Yeah.
mad at...
Never
Get
mad
mad at
Zarek.
Zarek, yeah.
Yeah, Zarek's a little turd. That's
Should
what
we
we're all
maybe
about.
let's
ask
get
about
specific
if
about
he
the
knows anything about
questions.
what's going on with Hale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
He's Hale?
But say,
No, no.
but say,
She
say
is a woman.
Hale is dead but not dead. What is going on? Say it like that.
You need like a
Hale is-
lawyer to write you up these
Hale is
questions.
dead, but not dead. What is the cause of her current state?
Hale is hurting. She is possessed.
She's possessed.
That's something.
Who's
By-
possessing? Should we ask her who's possessing her? What's possessing
I
her?
mean, I think we know it's the hag.
No.
I mean, is it?
I don't think...
Or
we know.
herself? Why would she be possessing herself?
It might
Well,
be
but
her
maybe-
magic or something.
It might be
What
whatever
if she was
provides
like
her magic,
instead
yeah.
of the Hale taking over Alice, the hag takes over Hale or something?
Well, it's... Alice
That
is
thing?
the hag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
sorry.
I mean, I don't know. But
The
that's
hag
just
is
my
pretty
own-
mystical and
I think
little
it's
bit
worth
over
the
my
question
head. It is
about
definitely
what's...
worth
What's possessing her?
Yeah.
okay.
What's possessing Hale?
An evil dark entity.
Derek, you're killing me, buddy.
What's
You're
the
killing
deal?
me.
That's 4, 3.
Four.
This is the worst. Orlip, I
Maybe-
don't think we're getting our
What
money's worth.
about like
Be
where
more
did this dark entity
specific,
come
maybe.
from?
He
And when
might.
did it get here?
We should just ask him if he likes Noom fries. That probably won't be this one.
Yes. They're delicious.
It's what I'll miss most.
Everybody loves them. Except for Rico because he ate them nonstop.
No, he eats Nord's
Where
News.
were
Oh,
we?
Nord's News. That's right. It wasn't Nord's fries.
Is this dark entity?
Alright, we can
Like,
ask that.
Where did it
where-
come from? When
Where
did
to
it get-
go?
Where did it come from?
Where
Can I
to
go?
And or like
He starts
or-
dancing.
Or like
Just his body.
wait,
Like,
where what or when did it get here? Because like, what if it got here like a long time ago? Because her arm was like turning black for like a long time.
Well, should we ask if he knows about
is
that?
it like would that be
don't know
helpful?
where
I don't
you
think that would be the most helpful, but I think where or what would be more helpful. But he might not just not know what. He just said it's evil. So maybe where did it come from?
Yeah, I can't stop thinking of it.
That's not a bad idea. There's
Let's
just so
do it.
much to ask. He's not going to give us
But,
anything.
yeah, well, like, is there anything else that we want to get out of him?
Not that we can,
Yeah.
because we want to ask
Let's
more
ask-
about the vow of
We
silence.
could
but
ask what they
We
did
could
to
ask
that
about
orc.
the notebook too, and what they did to
the
the
goat?
orc.
like the magical dirt thing.
Yeah.
He
Well, I
knows
assume
how to-
that's for
no.
powering the
No.
ritual. No,
We're
hold
not
on.
sovereign
We
host
assume
for
that's
that.
for powering the ritual, right? That was what they did with the orc.
What?
The orc's
whole
blood, because
Yeah.
it was
We
they
assume
were
that.
bleeding him into a thing that way there's no more blood.
Yeah.
So presumably it was feeding the
So we know
ritual.
what kind of happened with the orc. We're going to the sovereign host for the notebook, and the
notebook.
dark entity is kind of also what our friend at
Rico?
the Fallen Sky,
Oh, the little girl.
yeah, was talking about,
Creeper
where she
girl.
was saying that the
San
evil
Vitari.
has taken Hale, evil has taken
San
Alice,
San Pellegrino.
and
Pedro, there's a
death
lot
is
of
coming to the Haven.
I also like San Fernando a lot. I don't know why.
I feel like you had good points. What do you want to
Yeah.
say?
It's just me over here.
No,
trying
Sammy,
to
I think
tell-
you're right.
it's
Sammy, I
fine.
think-
Yeah, she wasn't just joking.
Sammy, I
around.
think that's exactly what you should ask. For
Do
real.
it, Sammy.
Okay,
Yeah.
ask it.
I don't feel comfortable talking to dead people. It's
Remind me what your
very-
question was, and I'll ask. Tell me what your question was, and I'll do it.
Where did this evil entity come from?
Right, where to go, where it's come from. Yeah, where does evil entity come from?
She
She.
Sure.
She.
Sure.
She.
Gender.
needs me.
What?
I must protect Hale. She was possessed long ago in God Lost.
Hale?
Oh.
Oh, Sammy.
Oh, no.
Remember that? Do you remember when Hale got possessed many years ago?
Remember that?
I wouldn't know about it, would I?
It's a lot. It's a long time ago. She already sort of had some sort of
Deal going
But
on.
that's
something
what's-
weird about her before
Yeah.
you met her, or since before you met her.
Was that like a thing that happened in this prison often? Like it was just like, hey, it's your 8 o'clock demon possession
It
time?
was pretty forsaken.
That's too early.
It was like, hey, you got in trouble, solitary confinement.
You-
We're putting a
you
demon
not
in you.
possessed-
Some people
before
get their
5 o'clock
meds, some
PM.
people get a demon.
Yeah.
What would I know or remember about God?
So
Lost?
sure, yeah, you
Regarding
hear an
possession?
exhale from Zarek, and his mouth shuts.
Silence.
I shed a little bit of a
Um,
tear.
God Lost is a terrible, absolutely terrible place.
Mm-hmm.
You were blinded before you got taken there, so you don't really know how you got down there. You
I was also
actually,
pretty
I think you
young.
were unconscious, actually, or something. Yeah, I think they knocked you out.
She's
and took
too
you there.
strong for that. I don't believe
But
it.
you woke there. But it's
I
a
worked out actually in prison.
got ripped
That's
in
when I got
prison.
You got
strong.
ripped.
When you were skinny before you went? Whoa.
Uncle I rode.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like lawless completely. There's no guards down there. You're at the bottom of this like hundreds of feet long hole, like well, and they get like you just have to like survive down there, and it's kind of free for all. And there's also like a bunch of like twisted tunnels and stuff that just lead anywhere.
Oh, and I did know that she tried to escape
Yeah,
once before we escaped,
that's true.
and something
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
Got
that's
possessed.
true. Mm-hmm.
She
That is
has
true.
We
a
don't know
demon.
that, but I did remember that.
Oh.
You do know that.
Is there
That's
anything
about
else
it.
you were gonna share?
No, that's about it that you would know. I mean, you know God Lost very well because you were there for many years.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Sammy. What is it like? Are we talking like... what's the guard presence? Is it like literally... Are we talking about...
0.
Are we talking about Batman or are we talking about Prison Break Season 3 here? Like, you know what I mean?
Batman,
Like,
yeah, Dark
okay,
Knight.
all
Yeah.
right.
Because I was like, I haven't seen either of them.
You've seen
I've seen
Batman.
Batman.
Season 3.
Yeah, it's
You haven't seen that? One's a great season.
It is.
That's
It's
the
But I
one
don't
in
remember any
Panama?
guards in
Panama,
Batman.
yeah.
I stopped watching.
no, there weren't any. That's what he's
That
saying.
was
It's just
a good one.
it's a
I was like,
completely
how does he
like
have any
lawless place.
tattoos for this?
I think. You're talking about Bane?
Yeah, I'm talking about. Was it
Right?
like the one? Yeah, was it
Okay.
the one from The Dark
was-
Knight Rises, or was it the one from Prison Break season 2? That's what I
Top
watched.
tier reference. That one.
That's
That
I
got
don't
me
know.
good.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
remember.
it's-
There were no guards. There's no guards in that watch anyone.
They just dump them
In
in,
the Batman,
there.
in Batman, they
in-
literally just
no,
toss you
in
it.
God Lost. Stop bringing up other things.
So
In
when
Prison Break season 3.
so Hale's Bane.
You guys live in
I want to hear
Tabit's
John's
Landing.
Bane voice.
Sammy is Batman.
It makes this place look like paradise. Like
Oh wow,
better than paradise.
Okay.
pretty good.
Did you guys go in at the same time?
Hale was there before me.
What's she do to get
a long
in
time before you?
I think probably the same thing I did. Nothing.
I doubt that.
Oh,
For Hale, not for you.
What color were her fingers when you met her?
That's a good question,
That is a
actually.
good thing.
Let's say less dark.
But
Wait, were they always dark?
It just kind of looked like she had
What does that mean?
painted her fingernails black, but it turns out they were actually just the color of her
You were like, oh,
fingers.
she's
Also,
Where'd you
the
get
main,
nail polish
the big
on
thing
here?
with Hale is that she almost always wears gloves.
I was gonna say she's got
Like,
her
up to
little
her
dainty
arms,
Even in
yeah.
gloves.
prison?
In prison?
Not in prison.
Well, in prison, no, that's true. Yeah. So they were not, as far as you knew, they seemed pretty normal actually.
when you met her,
How'd you get food in this place?
They would drop it.
You don't want to know.
They
Oh,
literally
they would
drop
drop
it
it.
down the hole.
Wait, so she didn't have her whole, Link
Yeah, all the
malice infected
bejeweled
arm going
rings
on.
Probably not either.
No, she was she had nothing
Wait,
down
she
there.
She just
wore
looked like a
rings
normal
over
person back
gloves?
She wore rings over her
She
dainty
looks way
gloves.
more
yeah.
goth girl now.
That is a look.
That's a little
She's a lot.
tacky.
Wait,
She's
what?
a lot.
She wore her rings over her gloves.
Yeah.
She's a little
that's
goth
look.
girl now.
I don't even, unless they were like fingerless gloves. Like then she's not really goth
Ooh.
girl, you know.
Even fingerless gloves, I wouldn't
Fingerless
wear.
gloves, I don't
That would
know
look
about
even
that.
worse.
But I feel like
'Cause
that's
it'd be like,
goth.
you
but I
gotta
feel
fit
like
the ring over
regular-
that. Little,
Yeah.
that
I'm
little
looking
nub.
this up.
Yeah, like do you size the ring for your finger or for the
Yeah,
glove?
a good
that was
question.
pretty normal. I feel like back in like
Yeah,
the
you
30s
back in
because
Eberron.
wear
because,
dainty
because
little
people
thin
wore
gloves.
because they like it wasn't like
Okay.
sanitary.
It
and
was-
stuff.
it's a very-
Blah.
it's a
but like
very
they still wanted to show
normal.
their rings because if you had a ring under a glove, then no one would see it, and it was
Right.
like a bragging and societal thing.
Okay.
So it was like a somewhat
It's very
normal
true.
thing.
It's not as bad looking as I expected.
It's a very
Not to
common
be like
look.
coming to the defense of this tacky look,
Stop,
but
stop trying to
it
impose
is
your cultural mores and
a
norms
Yeah.
on Hale, okay? We
Yeah,
live
exactly.
in Eberron. We live in Sharn.
This is Sharn. Okay, this isn't Calgary. Ew.
Oh my
Yeah, because we're
goodness.
so
and we
high
also
class.
live in a place.
DIY glove with ring. They just like
Oh,
hot glue a ring.
right.
Incredible.
Is that the 5
Or
minute
let's-
craft?
5
Or
minute
let's
craft.
says, are you guys finished here, or would you like to continue your ranting, berating?
What's your take on this glove situation?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you
Okay,
over the
sorry.
glove or under the glove?
What do you think is a
A
better
ring
look?
over? I think Hale looked quite nice, honestly.
Oh, you
I had
just knew we were
nothing-
talking
Style
about
icon.
But you guys are talking about a lot of stuff.
that irregular.
Um,
Let's talk to Hale.
style
Let's
around
talk to
here.
Hale. Let's
she
try to
is
talk to Hale.
literally the
We're
only
talking
We're going to
person
talk to
I
Hale,
know.
too?
Yeah, yeah.
Do
Well,
money
why
for
not? We
that.
got the Monet.
I mean, we
The
got
cash
8
money.
grand.
Wait, were you spending?
But this is on a Hale. We're spending on
Yeah.
yeah.
Hale.
Screw Hale. No.
Well, she might have more
We
information.
could spend the Hale.
Okay, if
Haven
it's
money,
good,
I
if
feel
it's
like.
as cryptic as what's his name.
Who
I
knows?
would be
Maybe
pissed.
We still got some
Here's the
information.
thing. Here's the thing. This is my thinking: is that maybe Carrot didn't really know much. You know what I mean? He was just a muscle.
Did you say carrot?
What's his name?
Zarek.
Yeah, whatever. I said Carrot.
Carrot.
Carrot's wrong. Zarek.
One letter. He was one letter off. Okay, give him a break.
Those are all the same, anyways.
Back to Kaiser and Kaiser.
Yeah.
Draconic, they're, you know,
Well,
Do you know what I mean? Though, like Hale was running the thing.
Yeah.
Presumably.
I said let's try. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be
I
10
don't know.
gold.
I
if
think we should
fail.
do it.
yeah. I mean, it's her money
I think we
anyway.
need to do
so
I think it's we either spend
The
our
money.
money or
It's
their
the-
money, and it's the same. We still gotta do it.
All right, what do you say?
What are we gonna ask her?
Let's
Yeah,
Oh, so you okay? Another hour, guys.
we're spending an hour on this.
Yeah, we're having like a-
Burn
Calm
incense.
down.
Are we having
Or
like
let's
a-
starts moving
Some
around.
downtime right now. But
I got time.
And the same sort of ritual begins. Hale's body gets put onto the table, just like Zarek's was. Zarek's gets moved off, obviously. What do you ask? The same sort of breath happens.
We could ask.
Are you dead? Like
No. Let's not ask.
or like
Are
She's
you
speaking
dead?
to us
Honestly,
and she's
that
dead.
is irrelevant to even like what the heck is even happening.
Already,
Maybe-
her breathing in is a good sign because it
We can
means
ask her
that
where
who
her
is
consciousness
possessing
is.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means
But-
we should just kill her body.
and then we
Who's
can
possessing her?
and then do the thing back with Zarek, and then or just go talk to Rico maybe. Because once she's dead, the vow
Should we ask her what's
Yeah. Let's
possessing
start there.
her?
Let's start there. But is it what's possessing you, or like what happened when you got possessed.
Yeah, that's a good question too, because I'm wondering if her soul is like displaced or something, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, because her
Yeah.
body's dead, but she's.
And I don't know too much about D&D possessions. This is Destiny speaking.
No, okay.
But I don't know if it's
Sammy's
different
an
than like the movies. But like,
Let's hear it.
So,
What do you
like,
think?
would it not even be Hale in there after this whole time?
Do you think
Would
its
it have
head's
been
gonna spin
like? Would
360?
she have been like
Starts
possessed by
crab
this being
walking.
like this whole time
Oh,
since
yeah,
God
yeah.
lost?
That's a great
Or like,
question.
is that how? I don't know how.
That's interesting.
Or could it be both? Could
We'll
both
just
be in the
find
same body?
I
Should we
think
ask her-
that you don't know that?
Should we ask her?
Oh no! Okay.
Wait, should we ask her?
Oh no, Cleo.
When was the last time you?
Should we ask her if whoever we're speaking with is the Hale that we have known?
Well, no, but the Hale that we have known is the possessed Hale.
That's
So
my
maybe
point.
we ask
That's what I'm
first
saying.
who possessed them, and then ask
Oh,
if
I
we're
see.
talking to Hale or talking to so and so.
I like
Your
that.
mama.
Who possessed you first, and then are we talking
What
to
if
who?
she says Hale?
No, who possessed Hale?
What if Hale's the possessor?
Just
kidding. Let's ask it. I'm just-
I think
kidding.
just-
Wait,
Okay,
does
let's ask
Hale
that.
possess her own body? Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay,
Oh, her
no.
name was
I'm
never
possessing
Hale.
my
Yeah,
own
ask
body.
it.
She's like Christine.
Ask it away.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah, Christine Daae.
Can't say that. I'm just going to be serious.
Gotcha.
So are we saying who?
Yes. Or what?
Who possessed you, Hale?
An evil entity is too powerful.
An evil entity is too powerful.
He is too powerful.
Oh, he is too powerful.
Him.
At least he knows gender. That's nice. It's pronouns at least.
Pronouns.
We didn't know Hale by he, so we knew Hale.
Okay. What about like? Is it the elemental? Not saying we should ask
not
that.
the
Guys,
elemental.
Hey, you guys! I don't know. He's been hanging around, breaking stuff.
Can you imagine?
He knows a lot that's going on. He knew about the secret wardrobe. Okay,
He's like,
we won't ask about the
access
elemental then.
restricted.
Okay.
Access revoked. Termination mode activated.
Hale will self-destruct in 3, 2.
Oh, that's scary.
How do we get it out?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, yeah, I love that. Hey,
Also, what's up with the black book?
hey, Hale, how do we get that powerful guy out of
And
you?
also, are you mad at me?
Or anyway.
I was about to say.
I am doing all I can to contain him.
In you?
What are we supposed
Wait,
to do? To
okay.
get him out?
Maybe we need to know who
Don't waste
he
a
is.
question.
We think.
Yeah.
If she dies, will it escape?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. And also, is there any way to like, wake her up without it escaping? You know what I mean? Is she containing it within herself, and that's it? That's
We
like
could
what
take
her.
Maybe how
Oh, yeah.
is, like, ask how it's being contained, or I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to, like, if this.
I think we should ask if you die. will
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
release
I
it?
think that
Yeah.
is good.
Hey, Hale, if you die, if this body dies, would it release this entity?
I don't know. He lied to me. Alice. And then she begins to like shake and like rise slightly off the table.
Oh,
And this
Head turns
booming
360.
dark voice says,
Photonegative Galadriel.
"Who disturbs us?"
oh.
Got him.
We're... This isn't kind of a question, right? Because we're answering your question. We're...
You mortals meddle in things beyond your understanding.
Yeah.
Enough!
Oh.
And Hale's body drops back down onto the table.
Spell over?
Ask more questions.
Hale? Oh!
Comes out. Orlith is
Whoa.
shook.
Orlith, what just happened?
I've never seen something like this before.
Okay, so it's not a mortal.
What kind of
Don't-
entity could have this power?
Powerful, I don't know, demon of some sort, devil,
Probably like
something evil for
Kind of.
sure. I
wonder if we can do something to like.
Don't like that.
No.
Who knows stuff about demons and devils?
I bet your church people might.
Well,
Sorry,
I think
host?
they know stuff about community.
Layla
about spiritual
goes back
wellness.
and starts like looking in
Don't
her,
even get me started.
looking in Hale's eyes
What's
and like
happened?
analyzing things a little bit. Layla goes back over and Layla, this is like, I don't see what else we can do for her. I honestly, she's back to her same state.
I think we need to keep her stabilized in this state at least.
It seems
as
like
long as possible.
Hale needs to figure out some way out of it, or she is, I don't know, like she's somehow containing this entity, or you can tell like they're shook up too. Like this is
Are we able
intense.
to like give her like an IV drip or something
just
so
sort of-
she's at least not like losing fluids?
I mean, she's also not breathing, so like I think that's maybe the least
That's
of your
true.
problems.
She's probably doesn't need
But, like-
water.
She thirsty.
I'm just like this person is
Give
like
that girl
alive
some
but
coconut
dead.
milk.
What? Yeah,
She needs some milk.
collagen. I think.
Bone broth.
She needs Gatorade,
Here's the thing. I
electrolytes.
think we do the book thing
Okay.
right away.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true.
Then
yeah.
we get Hale to somewhere a little less public, a little out of the way where there's not people around, and we try and get Hale to give this thing up. Let it go.
But then
Then we kill it. The 5 of us can take it.
We're on
Yeah.
level 5.
What's this level?
Scrap.
I mean,
What's that even
that's
mean?
25 between all.
You have a stroke over there?
5 times 5 is 25.
We're crushing it.
We could do like a montage, and then we're level 7.
okay.
Yeah, training montage.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
say
Should.
thank you so much
Turtle
to
shells.
Layla and Orla. Like,
I-
I'm so sorry that you look very shaken up.
No, it's fine. I just be careful.
Also,
You know,
We'll
Hale,
try.
like we've known Hale
You
for
tell
a
us more
while.
about Hale.
Well, we've had a good relationship with Hale and with Haven, and we'd hate to see her go.
If there's anything you can tell us about Hale that you know personally, though, that could help us to like save the situation.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when did she start wearing gloves?
She's worn gloves since, as far as I remember,
Well,
and you know, she wore gloves the second she got gloves out.
Yeah,
of-
as
out
soon
of-
as we got
yeah.
out of God Lost.
Sammy's known Hale longer than you two, right?
Oh, yeah.
But wait,
pretty-
but still, like,
but
has she
her
ever come
business,
to you,
yeah.
for anything that we might not have known about, anything weird?
She would ask for, you know, spells like augury and things to see if things are going to go well or not. But I had no idea that she possessed some sort of evil being or entity. That's beyond me.
Is
She
there
also-
anybody that you know that might know more about this?
That we know personally. No, I mean, aside from taking her to some like healing place or something, but this is not an ordinary sickness or wound. This is possession. This is beyond what a healing house could do. As far as
what
I know.
about Sovereign Host?
I cannot speak to religion. Really, it's not really.
We should
my
we
forte.
should bring her with us.
I don't know. I feel like they might not take too kindly to her. They might just, like, try to destroy her or something.
And if if enemies see us like parading around with her body,
true.
then they might get wild.
You got a bag we can put her in.
I mean, yeah, I could put her in the saddlebags. But I am hesitant to bring her to religious
She's not
people.
breathing, right?
She's not breathing, and she's not.
Well, she's gonna
She's not-
suffocate, right?
Yeah,
Alright, well, we'll throw her in the bag. Sure, yeah, okay.
it's wide enough to fit a human, eh?
It's wide enough to fit. Let me tell you some of the things that's wide enough to fit.
Fair enough. Okay.
Your mom.
I'm just picturing the saddlebag, and I'm like, is it like this big? It's like a huge bag.
No.
Well,
it's
you
not
put
that
her in
big.
feet first, right?
Yeah, it might be a squeeze, but she'll get
That
in
is
there.
a
This
weird.
like limp body.
It's like weekend at Bernie's. Or
That's
something.
right.
That's what it's-
What do we got in
Also-
there? We got a grappling hook. It's not really human
Laylith and
size.
Orlith, we get a discount, right? Because we didn't ask all 5 questions.
I knew it was coming. Activated.
To be fair, this is so much more serious than money, and I think you're right. As long as Laylith, you're okay with it. Laylith says, "That's fine."
Oh, come on. Let's give them 200 gold, you guys. Look, we're flush with cash right now, and they just helped us out.
Actually,
yourself.
flushing the cash.
So how much do we owe you?
Alright.
Scrap, honestly, if this is to help Haven and Hale, we don't need the money.
All right. Well, you said it, not me. Okay, cool.
How
I mean,
much?
we need the 100 for Zarek. Let's be clear. But Hale is on the house.
Okay.
Okay.
Two
Thank you.
stench stops.
2 used
Who
cents.
has the control of the moolah?
The big moolah.
The big
What,
moolah.
Like, it
that's
was
a
in the
fair
bag
point.
as
What
well.
did you guys do with all this stuff?
If we put it all in
All
the
the
saddle,
stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's saddlebags? That's
Yeah.
Oh, so you have everything.
And what
It's
did you
just
do to
scrap
the...
prancing around
you know,
and
like
everything.
Patches got everything.
So the
Patches
room's
just, like, with
open.
us.
Everything's open right now.
What
in
room?
the secret room and
In-
her room and
We
everything. Oh, you
closed-
closed the door to her
Yes.
room, right? Using the elemental
We
to seal it
also
up.
Yeah.
closed the door to the whatchamacallers, too.
The little
We took the rings
hole
out.
in the
There's
ground.
a
Yeah,
hole.
yeah.
No, because then you couldn't have gotten through the door.
Once we got out of there.
No, because you went through there and then you made a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
someone.
then and
It
it
is
led
open.
into
Do
like
such
some
a thing.
apartment building.
It is open, but through a random apartment.
Yeah, it is a
building, not
random
through
apartment.
Haven.
building. No, you're right. And it's honestly, it was really deserted, that area. Like there was a lot of vacant rooms in that building.
Yeah,
So
there's a 0% chance somebody will walk in there.
Okay. Well, should we go to
I'll go
the?
for it.
Summer host?
Yeah.
Sure, okay, well,
Okay.
I'll give them, like, you guys got change for, like, hold on, I'll just, like, dig through the platinum a second. Oh, no, but this will work. Yeah, okay, I'll give them 10 platinum. 10 platinum pieces.
10 platinum is $100. Yeah. Okay,
Money's not
100
good
American
here.
dollars. Like, wow. Okay, this is gonna be difficult to. We'll put it in savings.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
401k.
Safety deposit box.
Love it. Okay, you guys leave above and below. You go talk to Rico quick because we said that we did that out of order.
Rico Allen.
You finish with Rico. You continue on to the place where Sammy dropped off her mother, father, and a few other musicians.
Oh, yeah, our gang.
This place is actually a temple to
remember
Orion. So it's, as you knew, there wasn't a temple to Boldre, like near. And so you went to the next closest sovereign host temple. And this one happens to be about Orion. Orion is all about law and lore. Those are like his two
Yeah.
big tenets that they
That's,
believe
that's
in.
who Kaiser worships.
Hey, really? Look at
Yeah,
that.
he's
Shit.
not important.
That's cool.
Bad
Something to note about the sovereign host is sort of like, if you believe in the sovereign host, you sort of believe in all of them. So it's not just like, I worship this one god. In fact, there's not, nobody really worships one god. Sammy's family has a really strong connection to Boldre for whatever reason, but most people make sure that they believe in all sorts of, like if you're
Polytheist.
if you're like a smith, then you have a little more affinity towards the god of creation and like metallurgy and stuff. Yeah, it's all sorts. It's all like,
And I think we talked about when like Sammy was little, it didn't really make a lot of sense to Sammy. So Sammy was just like, I like this. This makes sense. Whenever it was like stuff about Boldre.
yeah. And I think also in God Lost, you found a strong connection in there as
Yeah.
well with community, with the few people that you connected with.
Yeah.
So this Orion's temple is really interesting. It's this small temple near the Candid Copper, and it's built above the street, like in between two of those megalithic towers, in sort of like a overhanging arch building thing built across the way, sort of like the plus 15 hallways downtown. Those little connectors. It's sort of like that, but a little bit more grandiose and big. But it's not like luxurious at all. This is still like Lower Sharn, and people still don't have a lot, so they're doing what they can to like. There's lots of like red and black ribbons that are hung, which is like Orion's colors, which I just made up, and like all these sorts of things that aren't expensive but make it look a little bit more like like a religious place. As you approach, you can start hearing a beautiful song being played from within, and you see like a pretty good sized crowd sitting on the street underneath the sort of overhanging temple, seemingly enjoying the music and sort of getting into the feeling of it. The way you get into the temple is this like roughly built stairwell that goes along one of the buildings that looks like it was like sort of tacked on the side of the building to get up and into it. As you get up to the door, who's holding the notebook actually?
Would I still be holding it?
Sure, if you want to, yeah.
You're holding it in real life. I mean, not literally right
Well,
now,
it's
but
it's
with
in his
you.
presence.
I hold it.
As you go to walk in, and where did you go drop off Hale and Zarek?
No. Hey, I don't know where Zarek is. Hale's in the bag.
Oh yeah, you put Hale in the bag.
Zarek's
that's
probably
right.
in the bag too.
I don't know.
I think we left Zarek to be taken care of.
disposed
Oh.
of.
there will be an additional cost to dispose of a body.
Well, we should bring him back to like
Fallen Sky?
yeah, like Toller or somebody should
What's
like.
the
that's true. That's true.
funeral rites in Eberron?
It really depends on
There's
what you
like a
believe.
burial.
A lot of cremation, there's some burial, yeah.
We should let Toller handle
That
that.
should have been one of the
Yeah.
questions. How do you want us to dispose of your body?
What is that one place you went to?
Let's just go back and pay another $100.
He's like, I want a sarcophagus, a tomb.
Sark. Bury me under a pyramid.
As Static attempts to enter the temple, you like hit some sort of invisible barrier,
You shall not pass.
Hey guys,
and you can
Static,
feel
hurry
it
up.
pushing
I
against
can't.
your wherever the
Static.
book is.
I'm trying. I
Excuse
can't.
Wait, what if
We're
you
in
put
a
like one
time
hand
crunch.
in without like the book? Would it go through and then you just
You try that?
Like this? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
walk right through, and then the book stops as you're trying to walk.
guys,
through.
this book doesn't want to go with us.
Maybe you just hang out
bad
here for a
news.
second.
That's kind of freaky,
bad
actually.
news.
Yeah, that's spooky.
That's not good.
Come on.
Oh, what about your bags?
One
Oh, yeah.
one of the like priests sees what's happening and like rushes over to you guys and is like, he's dressed in this sort of like black and red robe cloak thing, and he's like, I don't like the looks of that. Please,
Here, grab my hand. Help me in. Help me in. Come on.
No, I'm
Pull.
not touching that.
Give me a pull.
This is hallowed ground. This
She
is
was
the
a
Temple
yank.
of Orion. We don't allow
Give me a
desecrated things in here.
That's
This-
actually why we're here, is to ask for help about this book.
He sort of gulps and like, what do you need? What is that?
Can we?
Just patch walk in with no problems.
Yeah, Patch walks in.
Okay.
Because you know it's like
It's
another
it's another
dimension.
plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. What's to lose? I feel like we should just show like the sealed part and be like, "What is up with this?"
Look at this appendage.
So
We found this book that
to
has-
refresh, you're like, it looks like all the pages are there fine, but you can't turn any of the pages. It's really weird.
So kind of show them that though, and be like, "We found a lot of
Yeah, he's like, that is
not good
very odd.
information about us and about what's
It
going.
must be
like,
some sort of evil
stuff going on
magic
in
on
this
it.
book, and we need to figure out what is going on."
What if it contains things that should not be read?
I think we need
that's
to
a
take
great
that
question,
risk.
But there's a pretty great evil that's already been. I don't know where it came from, but it's here.
At this moment, your dad runs up, and he's like, "Sammy, you're here. Hey."
But I give a little hug. Oh, you're
I mean,
so
I know
cute.
you were just here, but like, it's so good to see you again. Still can't even believe. Hold on, what's happening? And then
Static's just like
Static's like trying to pull this book in.
Is this some sort of mind trick?
Both feet against like the barrier.
yeah.
just still trying, even though he's like,
love
"Do
it.
not bring that in here."
You are talking to the guy who like spent at least 20 minutes trying to hack down an invisible
You're like, wall. So sweaty.
like through the armoire and like. Anyways, way for playing a character, Reese. I love that.
We can do it.
But that priest is sort of like, is this? Oh, this is your daughter? Oh, and he's like so happy. Like, that's so cool. These guys have been amazing here. They've really brought a lot of attention to Orion and for what we're doing here, and we super appreciate that. Okay, look, and he like looks over his shoulder, and you see like another priest or two over there, and he sort of like ushers you guys out the door, down to like another little door that's like halfway down the stairs that leads into this megalithic building that's like there.
Listen, we're not gonna get like struck by
And
lightning
he's
or
like,
something. We're
go
not so
in,
bad.
go in, come in. And
Is
he like
there-
ushers you guys in.
Sorry,
Yes, what's up?
it's like, is Shadow V able to come in?
You don't see Shadow V in there.
Oh no.
You don't see Shadow V outside either, actually, at this point.
Okay.
She's hanging out with Salamanca.
Oh yeah, Shadow V came from Shadow.
Yeah, how far away are like?
Santorini.
Salmonella.
Can I sense them at all?
Yeah, that's true. You always have a sense of presence of them. You get the sense that they're back somewhere near for the Fallen Sky.
Okay.
Do you reach out to them? Is that a thing you can do? Try it. See what happens.
Do you reach out to them? Is that something you can do? You try it.
Try it.
For a second, I forgot I was the DM. I'm like, wait a minute. I said the rules. Let's do it.
I think
sounds
it'd
cool.
be like
You just ping the network.
Kinda like where are you type thing.
Just tag them.
Drop a pin.
Get a little IP
Or like the
address.
poke. The
Yeah.
Facebook poke.
Real V has poked you.
Honestly, the grossest
I
feature
can't believe that
of
was
all
ever
time.
approved. Like,
Yeah.
love that.
I just love that it was like,
Very
all right,
strange.
I guess I'm gonna poke you back.
What a meaningless, like, weird thing.
Gross.
Okay, anyways, enough about that.
So I send her a poke.
Okay,
Still
yeah.
Oh, where
people.
are you, poke?
You don't. There's no like communication, but you sense that they're getting closer.
Okay.
There's no
Um,
communication. Why did you try that? This is dumb.
That was dumb. I can't believe you thought that would
Oh
work.
my God.
Lol. Okay.
Wait, am I with everyone, or we're?
No, you guys all went out of the temple down the stairs halfway.
Just so they could troll me about it afterwards.
DM prank.
Shut it
This is all
down to
DM.
them.
Got it.
Tried it.
What an idiot.
Try
Obviously, that
this.
doesn't work.
This is like the thing that's going around on Instagram where it's like, it was just a prank, and then it's like the prank, and it's something so terrible. It's like, anyways.
Okay, so they're getting closer. Is it like they're coming real fast or they're like plodding along?
It's hard to tell. You
Okay.
just know that they're moving, sort of. But you guys are going halfway down the stairs, go into a door, and you're in this like long hallway. He leads you to like some random room. Again, a lot of these buildings are pretty much empty because, well, I guess that's not true. Most of them are full of people, but also some of them are empty. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying.
so much sense.
There are some that are so destroyed that you wouldn't live there,
Oh, okay.
Right.
and some. Well, I guess it depends
Unless
on
you
the
were
people. Never mind. There are lots of.
In need of shelter.
I'll tell you what. He
Redacted?
takes you to an abandoned room.
He's gonna murder us in here.
He takes you to an abandoned room, and he's like,
Priest? No, he's not.
this priest. He's like, all right, set it down. Set it down on the ground.
What are you gonna do to it? What are you gonna do to it?
We need to read it.
Well, I want to. Okay. Well, I was just going to dispel whatever magic.
okay.
was on it.
Okay. Can I insight that?
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Come on, that
14.
Yeah, 'cause,
Alright,
like
that's pretty
maybe
good.
he got like such bad vibes that he's like, I'm gonna destroy this on the spot.
Kill all of us.
Yeah, we've been exposed for too long.
They're lost causes.
Yeah.
He speaks up. He's like, look, like the other guys would never have allowed this, but
You're cool.
You're a cool
priest.
priest.
well, I'm not so much of the like black and white evil good kind of.
Do you like
Yeah,
curse
I-
a little bit?
Sometimes,
Do you drink near beer?
yeah, you know, sometimes behind the other's back.
Are you afraid of foxes?
What?
Anybody get that
Oh,
reference?
yeah.
I don't get
That's what I thought-
So
I thought we were
hot.
talking about that the whole time.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if there's any verbal and semantic. No, there's no components for this one. Interesting. Okay, so this might take me a while. And he starts like doing a ritual, for like drawing it out. About 10 minutes. We're just gonna speed it up.
I'll watch the door.
So he does this thing. He etches some little things down on the ground around it, and he starts praying. And sure enough, this like black smoke sort of just like starts trickling out of the book. And then he's like, "Okay, I mean, I think I did all I could do."
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna.
in your professional opinion, what do we have to look forward to here?
I have no idea.
Oh, boy.
I trust that you guys are. I know Sammy. That's your name, right?
Yeah.
We know each other well.
Okay. I'm just very curious about what's inside. Honestly, I never want to know what's happening.
You are
Do you
cool,
want me
Chris.
here to protect you guys?
That'd be
from-
awesome.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
if you can
Actually.
protect us.
So great.
Okay, yeah, I'll just stand over here on the
Really
side.
protect
Are you,
Also,
like,
is
pretty
anyone-
strong?
Does anyone have send
I'm pretty
message
strong,
or
yeah.
anything like that?
I have message.
You do?
Like, could we message Orlith or them and
If
see if
Reese
anything
lets
changed?
you,
Oh, wait,
because
no.
Reese was really excited about it. Why don't you guys
I
do it
don't
together?
think-
Do it together. Rip it together. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Do it
in your-
together.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
We should
for the
check on-
listeners,
See if anything changed.
I
Should we-
taped
hold on,
up
I'm
the
just
last
gonna-
part of that notebook that we had last time, and now they're undoing the tape.
I'm just
might
gonna
take
reach
them a
into the
while.
saddlebags and kind of pull Hale up by the hair.
Oh, there's this.
Just kind of see if anything's going on, any
Pull her by
reaction.
the hair?
No, so her eyes are fluttering a little bit.
Looks the same?
Yeah, she looks the same.
Guys, nothing to report with Hale, I say loudly.
What are you doing?
Any reaction from the priest?
He's just like, you can tell he's kind of excited.
Out of
He's
the
like,
bag.
this is like most that's happened to me in my whole life. He's like super
I
excited.
really hope that like none
He
of
got
the outer
he got
pages-
pre-steal duties or like powers and like
Yeah, I
never
haven't
uses
ripped
them
these.
and is like really excited to try stuff out.
There's just like some tape on.
All right, I drop Hale back in the
Yeah,
bag.
they're not allowed to do anything.
They don't do
Yeah.
anything, yeah.
All right, listeners.
And also nobody goes in their temple hardly
I
ever.
see a blue writing.
Oh, that's so
listeners,
exciting.
John
The musicians.
sealed a portion of the notebook
And it's
with
freaking
tape,
sealed, dude.
and Ryan and Reese are trying so hard to get it open right now.
Without
I'm trying
ripping
not to
anything.
rip
I-
all the paper.
Now
think Ryan ripped a bit of it,
remember
but-
what I said at the beginning of the session.
If there's nothing written, there's just something inside.
Yeah, there's nothing inside except there's something inside, okay?
John just sealed the demon in
Ryan's
there.
just ripping everything. What the?
It's ripping, and I'm not.
Like you're gonna be so underwhelmed,
like
it's so
outside
funny.
pages.
Okay, but
It's gonna be like
Gotcha.
I have a crush on.
do you like
Nico!
me? Yes or
Is it gonna
no?
be all about
Do you
Nico
like
and
the
Hale?
winning?
Yeah.
It's laid in her
Like,
pen, and she sealed it forever.
It's erotic fiction about the two of them.
Yes.
Honestly, that would be pretty exciting. I would not be that disappointed.
It's
That's
her-
where
her-
I want to take this campaign.
Ask your DM for content.
What does it say at the bottom?
Ask your DM for contents.
Whoa.
LOL.
LOL.
God, that's good.
Okay, so this is what you find inside the
It's
notebook.
just her,
okay, guys.
it's her erotic fan.
There was
fic
also
of Rico
some more.
and
You
Zarek.
missed something in there, actually.
Oh, a Rico
There is
and
something extra special in there. Don't forget.
Okay.
Is it the rift page?
Is it a
No,
treat?
you'll
Is it
find
this?
it. Yep, and
Wait, what?
keep going. You'll
Little
find something
squiggle?
Is it
extra
like
special.
one of the? Oh.
Oh, Wesley.
Oh. Those look like boobs.
Wesley
That's
pops out.
in eggs.
He literally drew two boobs. He really like a big circle on one side and then a big circle on the other side.
He's young, you know what I mean?
He
It's,
is
it's
2
a bit
years old, that's
impressionable.
true.
Like it's a big impact on his life.
Okay, okay. So this is what you actually see inside the book. Okay.
Breastfeeding. Children drink milk from their mothers. I don't know if you know that.
Their
Dan.
mothers know.
Well, women lactate. That's true. Okay.
And
And
Ryan.
that nip drip.
Okay. So this seems to be
Soggy nip.
partial journal.
It's from the soggy.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Soggy sook. I get it. That was funny.
Thank you.
It's like
Good for you.
this book is like a partial journal and also partial rituals stuff in there as well.
Ooh.
It just says you like quickly flip through it. There's a lot in here, but I'm gonna sort of read off what you guys seems pertinent to you guys at this time, because like you also don't need. Anyways, this is what I wrote. Okay. So, and this is just kind of paraphrasing what you get out of what is inside here. So the journal portion of the book talks about Hale. It's like all about her. It's her own journal of her
Dear
life.
diary.
And she, so it says,
Oh yeah, how far back does it go?
so Hale is from the beginning. Hale barely remembers her parents. Is how it sort of starts with her talking about it. The few memories that she has of them are of them sort of always yelling and fighting, and then one day they were just gone. And she raised herself on the streets of Sharn, scavenging and conning people as well to get what she could to survive. And she got good at it too, and eventually she was able to make a little home for herself. She had a small network of people that she could trust. One of them, you guys have heard of. It's a young dwarf by the name of Zarek. Hale, even at her very young age, began to thrive under these terrible conditions, and both Zarek and Hale became very proficient at getting the things that they needed
Both
from
Zarek?
people.
Both.
Oh, both there.
Both Zarek and Hale became very proficient at getting the things they needed from people
And
who
just
she deemed didn't need them.
to confirm,
Nice.
this is like in first person.
It's all first person
Okay.
her writing. I'm just paraphrasing what you guys
Okay.
get out of it,
Okay.
so you don't have to like go through a whole novel. I should have wrote a book. I kind of did write a novel here. I'll publish it at some point. So she was only 14 when she was when she was actually taken off the streets and thrown into Godlost, and she was caught stealing food. But really, the city was going through a cleaning initiative of Lower Sharn at the time, and that's the real reason her and many other homeless people were taken. Godlost was absolute chaos for her. For many of her formative years, she grew cold and hard and lost all hope and memory of a different life. There's only one way to get into the prison, which I kind of explained through Sammy. Sammy talked about it a bit. You're thrown down into it. The way it works is you get a delayed featherfall spell cast on you, and you just get booted down this hole. And it's this vast cavernous well. And then once a day, there's a load of usually half-rotten food that gets dumped down into the hole for the prisoners to like fight over. Absolutely terrible place. And eventually, almost everyone who stays in Godlost for a long amount of time starts looking for a way out. There's no chance of climbing back out of the heavily guarded well, and so they begin wandering the many, many tunnels underneath the prison.
Oh, it wasn't Batman.
That lead deeper and deeper down. It wasn't Batman, no. And there was a lot of rumors circulating among the prisoners about those tunnels. So many thought that there had to be a way out, and they would go searching. Some thought that they were specifically designed as a maze with no exit to make the prisoners go mad, and even others still believed that the tunnels led straight to Khyber, which is known as the Underdark in this world, where all sorts of evil creatures lived. Hale eventually broke down and ventured down. She packed as much food as she could hoard over a couple of days, and she ventured down for many days, passing many bodies of starved prisoners and prisoners gone mad from the endless roaming, until she too felt like her mind began to twist. She began hearing a voice that would talk to her. He told her to help him, and if she did, she would receive immense power. She tried to ignore the voice, but he was powerful. She had to allow this entity inside her mind, but the only way to do it was to break down her own mental state and fully allow him to take over. He said that many had tried, but they were all weak. And once he took over them, they became useless to him, gibbering and wandering aimlessly, unable to withstand his presence. She fought him off for many days until she was completely lost and almost out of food, and she eventually succumbed. His power took over her mind and body, and it took everything she could to maintain control over him. He instantly attempted to seize total control, but she fought him off and learned how to use a portion of his power to her benefit. In order to use his power, she needed to fuel it through harming others, so she would feed him the lives of the broken wandering prisoners she found in the tunnels.
Ooh.
But she eventually learned how to use a part of her own life force. It caused her immense pain, but by drawing from her own body, she was able to feed him just enough to be able to use a portion of his power. There always existed the threat of feeding him too much and having him take over, and so she practiced and figured out a way that worked for a time, but he always hungered and ate away at her mind with his ranting and demands. Eventually, she found her way back through the tunnels back to the prison and spent the rest of her time there until ultimately she met Sammy and was freed by House Orion to do a job for them. Shortly after returning to Sharn, she contacted Zarek, met up with him again. She eventually met Rico, and she actually witnessed the airship crash and claimed it as her base of operations. And to her surprise, there were in fact a few survivors from the crash still alive. She intentionally hid this fact from Sammy and locked all the survivors up in the engine room, the brig, and the storage room.
Yikes.
Eventually, it became harder and harder to feed the survivors, and she ended up sacrificing them to the entity within her. Zarek and Rico found out and were manipulated into taking a magical vow of silence by Hale and blocking access into that section of the ship. Zarek seemed so hurt by Hale that he chose to never speak again, and Rico couldn't bear to be around her anymore, even though they had grown close, so he decided to leave Haven altogether. She later recruited the rest of the members of Haven and had a particular interest in helping children who, like her, had nowhere else to go and no one to take care of them. Closer to the end of the book, her writings become a lot less frequent and a lot less detailed, and a lot more like frantic. The voice became louder and louder in her head, so it made it hard for her to think straight, and it made running Haven properly almost impossible. She was barely sleeping, and during this time she became very attached to Alice, and the voice in her head kept telling her that he could save her, that by performing a certain sacrifice in a certain way, she could give him enough power and control to save Alice.
Yeah, it was a bad move.
And that was the last entry.
Oh man. Okay, so she probably tried to save Alice, thinking that, but really it was his thing to try and take over.
Move, dude.
Yeah. And so you remember Hale saying he lied to me and saying Alice, you know. That's sort of the gist of how that worked. Behind all that writing, or actually probably before it all, there are some instructions on how to perform a specific type of necromancy magic circle. You draw runes on the ground, in the dirt, dig a small hole in the center, and in order to complete it, you need a sacrifice to be made. Roll an Arcana check, whoever wants to.
Can I guide myself, or is this just natural?
Yeah, you whatever. Yeah, you can guide yourself, sure.
Got a 2.
26.
I won't even.
Okay. No one else rolled? All right.
I got 15,
No.
but it doesn't matter anymore.
I'm not even
So,
gonna
Scrap,
try.
as you're like looking through it, you notice that this is like some sort of modified life transference spell. That, like if Hale was in her right mind, and maybe she just she was never trained in this stuff, right? But it's clear that like this spell was to bring that entity, like to give all the power to the entity, like that the sacrifice of that orc was to fuel him inside of Hale and to get him enough power to like escape.
And then Alice was just...
And Alice just happened
just there.
to
It was just a trick.
mature at the time, and he was using her, baiting her along, using Alice as a way to allow him to perform the ritual to give him lots of power.
Smart.
Right, so it wouldn't have actually like saved Alice
It had nothing to do
anyway.
with her.
It was
No,
just
Alice was
trick.
bait.
so now
And-
we've got a
but it-
demon and a hag.
But it didn't work, and a whole army coming up to kill us.
Well,
Oh, I forgot about them.
Yeah, I did forget about that too.
You do have a bunch of
but
warforged
actually,
led by House
technically,
Kenneth,
we
that's
don't
true.
know about that yet, because that happened when we were going back to after Rico's. We went.
No, that was before Yeah, that was after Rico's. That's right. But you went above and
Yeah.
below. Then you went to Rico's. Then
And
you
now
got
we're
the
here.
letter
So we do know.
from the Griffin. Right?
Oh, and then
you went to the temple.
Sovereign Host.
So you do know that, and I'm assuming you would have told them, but maybe you're hiding it
Do
from
we have a
them.
timeline on that?
It's been a few hours
since the letter.
since you. Well, no, not since the letter. Since the letter, it's been about like 30 minutes, maybe. We'll say an
What
hour.
did the
We'll say an
letter
hour
say
because they have to do
exactly?
the perform.
And what
the
did it
ritual
say
stuff.
again? Yeah.
The letter said, I can pull it up exactly. Actually, hold on.
There's an army on its way, basically.
Yeah, it said that they're mobilizing in the cogs. That the Warforged are moving out, and lots of the members of Dask, and
I forgot about those.
a lot of House Kenneth as well. And that they said specifically, or at least the intel that Tonic got from the Vermilion regime. He gained some information. They found out that they're supposed to be doing some sort of a purge, is what they said.
Purge?
A purge.
Of
Probably the understatement.
Okay.
Lower Sharn,
Lower Sharn.
presume.
What
yeah.
if what we do
Tell me.
is we
Look
have
how excited
we
you are.
tell the army that's the guy at like the giant entity after we get out of the hill, and then they like all run. We like put leaves over the fallen.
The Fallen Sky Tavern.
No, not
Oh.
fallen sky tavern. Over the hole of Godlust, and then they run into it like a bear trap.
Got it.
Oh.
Are we gonna draw like a perfect cartoon scene on a wall as well that
Yes.
looks like a road?
It's a great idea,
I
honestly.
do like it. Well, how far away is God
Trap
Lost?
them.
Godlust is the
It's-
next district
yeah,
over.
it's-
It's in the Fallen district.
Oh, it's that close, eh?
It's in Fallen?
Yeah, you guys
Oh.
dropped
I thought
off
it was
the
gonna be,
airship
like,
there, remember?
a month
Yeah.
That's
away.
why I was
Wow.
saying fallen. I was like, it's fallen.
You did say
should
that.
we
It's right, yeah,
go to the Bormar clan?
I was kind of thinking the same thing,
because
actually.
they're the other game.
Yeah, I got a friend there,
Yep.
and
They're halflings.
they're halflings.
family.
They got some dinosaurs, you know.
To be fair, that there's not a lot of dinosaurs in Sharn specifically. In the Talenta Plains, where they came from originally, there's a lot of dinosaurs there.
Yeah.
It might be smart to warn
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good
I mean,
idea.
worst case scenario, they just all leave, but they'll probably try and stop them. Hopefully, maybe. I
Do
don't
we
I
know.
don't
wanna-
think they'd lose.
So
Like, they have
Static
a
has a
very
contact.
established presence
Do we
here.
want to see
Yeah.
if
Them and Dask are like
before we leave,
You
if
know.
anyone from like the Sovereign Host or this priest who's here
Yeah.
would be willing
What's
to
her
like,
name,
take
dude?
a look at Hale. And
Sorry. My name is Tenon.
No?
Tenon.
Tenon, the cool priest. Okay. All right, I'm going to write that down.
He's like, a little bit happy about that.
Um,
Is there anything else you need me for, guys? I should probably get back.
Yeah, no,
Pretty
we
sure
might
they're
have a
probably
war
wondering.
coming up. You should help us.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you say a
Yeah.
war?
will you take a look at our friend?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
They are possessed by a very dark entity who's very strong, and they look like they're dead, but they're not dead.
I mean, they're not
But we're
breathing. They don't
worried
have a
about
pulse.
them
But
because they're.
didn't he
trying
see
to
it already?
hold-
Because you took it out.
They're trying to contain this dark entity.
we did pull her out by her hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
pulled
did
her by,
oh,
by the hair
that was
again.
her, that was
yeah, this
that's
is her.
the person
here.
who's possessed.
Here, can you guys help me
No,
yank
no,
her
no,
out?
I'm gonna like grab them more normally and like. pull it out.
I mean, she probably can't feel
You can
it.
tell he's like terrified but so excited at the same time. He's like,
I really like
"Jeez,
Tenon.
you guys, this is insane.
Yeah, man.
We know.
Hey,
Can you please do
If
me
we
a favor,
help
though? Can you please do
scrap-
me a favor and do not tell anyone?
Dude, we're not narcs.
yeah.
Okay, good.
No, it's fine.
You don't understand how fast I would get kicked out.
If any of our characters die, we're playing Tenon.
This is the best origin story.
like super curious priest.
Yeah.
Like
What? Okay. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Just a minute. And he like mutters to himself and like says a quick prayer, and he's like, "She is evil, guys."
Cool.
Is it like 99% or is it like 95%?
I'm just getting real evil
bad
vibes off of
vibes?
this person.
Okay, in your professional opinion,
Yeah. Okay.
if she were to die, what would happen?
One of two things would happen.
Yeah, hit me up.
Now,
I
to
think I
be
know the
fair,
answer to this.
I think I do too.
and to be completely candid, it's been 3 weeks since I did become a priest. But in this time,
I love him more.
and there
I
was
like how he's so bored, but it was only
like-
3 weeks.
I get
well,
it.
it's a long process to become a priest. Actually,
And
it
also,
takes,
it's been a long
it takes
3
like at
weeks.
least it was at least a year if I remember properly. Okay, so
3 months probation.
How old is he? Wait, 16?
Yeah, how old is this guy?
I'm 19. Jeez. I'm not 16. You thought I was 16? Oh my gosh. No, I'm like way
Look at him,
older.
He's got like a little fish
I'm
in there.
19. Well, I'm trying to grow. I'm
Does
not,
he have like a
mustache.
silky?
look, he has a little tiny fluff of hair on this on his top lip.
A silky.
I
Like,
mean,
is that what they're called? A
Yes.
silky? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
There you go.
The other priests don't like that I have this. Honestly, they always
It's
get
a good
on me
look,
about
dude.
this. Do you like it? Is it good?
Yeah, big time.
Okay, well, I did read a book one time that talked about. Well, there was a book that talked about a similar situation of possession, where the person died and the entity escaped. I read another book. I think it was by Professor Selmith.
You
I think it was
sure about
Selmith.
that? Are you positive though?
Well, no, I'm not 100% positive. I mean, it was like 6 months ago. Or something.
When you say book, are you talking like
Like in the temple in Orion,
treatise,
there's
or you're not talking like a novel?
no. I'm talking about like book. Like I mean, they don't have like fictional novels
You're
in
talking about
Orion.
tome.
Like
I
I
read this
wish
comic book where
Yeah.
hey,
You guys-
be
I would-
respectful.
Just
to get my
clarify
hands
question.
on some sort of
Graphic
fictional
novel.
writing would be amazing. I am just starving for
Be the
it.
change you want to be in the world.
Well, Orion
we
is
can
all
hook
about
you
like law and lore. So like I'll read about law, I read about lore. I get real bored. Okay? There's not a lot. But anyways, there was another one where the person was in some sort of comatose state, possessed, and then they died and the entity had nothing to possess and therefore disappeared. So I realize now saying it, that really doesn't help you guys because that's kind of like the two scenarios that you probably already figured.
It's either it disappears or
Yeah, that it disappeared or
doesn't.
it escapes.
Should we take a chance?
No,
And I'll, like,
wait, whoa,
but, like,
whoa,
here's
whoa.
the thing. From the diary that we read, it said that people who were not strong enough to live after they
strong, dude.
possessed it were no use, and then ended up just dying, and then it had nothing to possess, and so it waited
said that
around
in the
till
book?
hell.
Yeah, it said
It
that.
did.
I heard it. Yeah.
So
As a
that's
priest of
good
Orion,
point.
I actually pay attention to
That's a
lore
good
and
point.
things like that.
So you're
like-
saying we should kill her?
No,
No.
I mean,
she's
I'd be
saying
fine
that it'll
with it.
escape. It'll keep moving on
Yeah, it moved on to someone else.
because that's what it did before.
It possessed
Oh, yeah,
multiple
yeah,
people.
yeah.
before
escape
Hale.
isn't like it's gonna attack us. We're gonna have to
That's
fight it,
right,
or
yeah.
escape isn't like
Well, it was in the same place.
Well, it's probably gone back to God lost
like
to just
it was in God
slurp
Lost
up
in the
more
same
people.
places. Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, you mean God? What is God lost?
It's a
That sounds
prison.
terrifying.
It's
Yeah,
a
but
jail,
also
dude.
probably the less you know, the better. Also in
Actually,
some ways.
I heard everything that you read.
I
in the
mean,
book,
it's just
so
like a bad prison.
I actually know everything that you guys said.
There's like demons
Is
in
that
there.
crazy?
That's pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Okay, so I think maybe
this guy.
Hale's a problem for another day.
Back,
Okay,
back in the saddlebag?
I think now that we got that figured
Army
out,
coming.
let's put Hale back in the
possessed.
saddlebag.
Hale will be like the
Okay.
ultimate grenade.
Does it
Like
need any
if we're getting
healing for
destroyed,
Well, she seems dead. Honestly, like
Kill
I
Hale.
don't see
Well,
her.
we're not
breathing.
killing
Throw it
Hale.
up.
Hold on, we're not killing Hale. Just
oh,
Sure, yeah.
I mean, she's
would never-
dead,
I would
pretty
never
much.
do that.
I mean, like, why are we keeping her alive though?
What do you mean we're not keeping her alive? Wait, what?
Never
Because we don't want this thing to just run away.
right. But I'm saying,
Right,
if,
but like that's the only reason why we want her to be alive, right?
No.
Keeping her contained.
We've all
Yeah.
decided that she's like a
Agreed.
bad person that deserves to die.
agreed,
No.
agreed,
absolutely not.
No.
yay.
Based on what?
Like her killing people in God Lost?
Yeah.
But
Everybody killed
God
people in God
Lost
Lost, I assume.
is a different thing. And it
Sam,
like-
did you kill somebody in God Lost?
absolutely
Yeah.
changed who I am.
Do you remember how she was using us?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah, let's go back
I
to
think
the
we already
burn
talked about
book
this
she
last
wrote
time.
about all of
Remember
us.
how like your brain breaks when it's
Yeah, and when
She
your
was there
brain
for
and
so
when your
long.
brain breaks, you're dead. So
when you're
Put it in the book.
if you're unwell, you get help.
yeah, well,
And you get
she's
support.
a little past that.
We can disagree on that.
I don't think she is past
All
that.
right. Anyways, we're wasting time. An
Wow.
army's coming, guys. Let's
Yes.
focus on what matters.
Okay,
right
but
now.
we're not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, sure, but what are we doing?
Boromar
We
clan.
want to leave?
We need to go to the Boromir.
I think we alert the Boromar clan and maybe we get the rest of Haven and we leave.
Okay, I do have a thought. Take it or leave it. We don't have to be the ones to do this, but we can tell Boromir clan or whatever.
Boromar.
Boromir, yeah. Son of Faramir, Steward of Gaunt. Anyways, you know.
Denethor.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, when we're in that arena,
Oh, down in the cogs.
yeah, what's his name? Kaiser's uncle. What's the uncle?
Merrick to Kaiser.
Kaiser. I don't even know him.
Kaiser Bun.
Scrap. Kaiser. Oh, I mean, never heard of him. Oh, that dead body.
Wonder
you guys are
Bread's
carrying around?
uncle. Wonder Bread's uncle.
His name's Merrick to Kenneth. Okay.
Dempster.
Uncle Dempster.
Oh.
He had this green orb, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
I was
I
I was
like that I'm
stoned.
looking at you. This green
Tell
orb,
him
right?
scrap
Scott?
everything.
He had this green orb,
Orb Uncle, yes.
and all the freaking sick Warforged were like dim-eyed, suddenly green-eyed. I feel like.
So you wanna
think
go get that
orb's
orb?
Taking control of these freaking
Probably.
Warforged?
That makes a lot of sense based on what you just said, right?
I mean, colors, right? It's got to be colors.
So you want to try and
Have I
get
heard of
this
anything
orb?
like that? Does that sound...
I mean,
You can
again,
roll
is that
Arcana
the
on
job
it
for
if you want.
us?
I do
I'm
it.
going to ask
But
10
someone-
guide
question.
myself.
Got you.
Hi. 25.
25.
What the?
Squeaky in this chair. Okay.
You, because of your, I'll say because of this, you have actually quite a proficiency with Warforged because you've worked on
That's true.
Proxy quite a bit. Although you didn't work on any Warforged parts on Proxy.
made a whole different thing.
You built a body out of scrap metal for Warforged.
Also, we
head.
haven't talked about this, but like, was my body image not good enough for like what's going on with this?
No, it wasn't. I think he plugged it into my brain. He knew a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
he understands. So what I'm saying is, you do understand a lot. I was just making fun that you actually didn't build a lot of Warforged body. You built a lot of scrap stuff. But anyways,
patched.
Literally scrapped.
so yeah, you think that I think you think it's very possible that if these Warforged could be manipulated, physically altered, they could do anything.
If this Warforged could be physically altered, they could do anything.
Cool. I feel like House Cannith would be the ones to know how to do that too. If I had to venture a guess.
Agree, but are we assuming that this Uncle Merrick guy is going to show up to the fight with his orb?
Again, I'm not saying we have to be the ones to do this.
He did seem pretty bloodlusty.
He did.
Last
he
time
was
we saw
kind
him.
of a real dingus.
Well, maybe if we go talk to the Boromar clan, they may have more information about Orb Uncle.
And I do think we should not delay at least letting them know what's coming.
Yeah, let's freaking.
And honestly, the Boromar are kind of they're not the good people. I don't want to say that
Lesser
because
two
they're actually pretty bad, and they do terrible things here. But they also are a little more structured than what that maybe Dask, that new gang Dask. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard about Dask, but they are way different than Boromar, and they have all sorts of people from Droham. One time I saw.
What do you got against people from Droham, eh?
No, nothing. I just don't see a lot of them around here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're all bad people.
Most of
You,
them.
the Cobalt.
I'm from Droham.
Wait,
Did you know
Kenan, I have
that?
a more important question.
It's just a different
for you.
country.
Hey, Kenan, I'm
all
from
I'm saying,
Droham.
look, it's a different country.
That's where I'm from.
I assumed you. I mean, I didn't assume anything. I'm not.
Oh, just because I'm a
anything.
Cobalt, you thought
No,
I was from
didn't.
Droham?
I said I didn't.
Mm.
I said I didn't assume.
Hey, he's our friend, remember?
I didn't assume.
Well, he was a saint.
Okay, whatever. I didn't assume. All right, whatever.
I'm just gonna
Yo,
pull out
Tenon.
a fire switch and
Yeah.
start smoking.
You being
You feel the
of
presence outside.
all holy knowledge and everything. Do you know where we can get any white candies?
White cat.
What are you talking about? Mints? I mean, I don't have any. I could. I
The
mean, if you want a
whistling
mint.
white.
Oh, you're talking about the edibles. Yo, those things are so good, man. I love them.
Wait, you've had a whistling white?
just like-
No, I've never had a
mints.
whistling.
Yeah,
white.
exactly.
Those just came out. Those
I've got a
those
Scotch
fresh.
No, I don't think.
Oh,
I've had other
I
house
think it's
mints.
actually a conspiracy. I don't think they were ever actually came out.
Get the
No,
hype
they're
on.
definitely
No.
real.
Do you know anyone who's had one?
Yes.
Kaiser said he had one.
Yeah, Kaiser is Wonder Bread himself.
Wait,
But do you know where we can get one? Do you guys have some here?
No way, man.
Wait,
If I could have, I would.
Yeah, I know people
pay a
that have
lot
had
to
them.
Get that, man.
Okay. Well, I think we're done here.
you in on the conspiracy? That's why she wants to kill Hale.
Can I insight check Vita?
Sure.
I want
yeah,
to
go for
inside
it.
check as well.
If I know people who've had a whistling
Yes.
white,
Yeah.
10.
I got a.
If you're lying,
I got
roll
a
deception.
5,
If not,
so-
don't roll it.
We're not very good at this whole insight
Okay,
thing, but
10
we're
and a
checking.
5.
I rolled a
As
5.
far as you guys know, she's telling the truth.
I feel like
I do believe her, or I just.
You
like,
do believe her.
her deception is probably like +9 anyway.
Okay, if you say so.
Wow.
I guess
Plus
it's not
7.
Yeah.
Maybe they can hook us up. Okay, wait, hold
believe it,
on.
hook
There's an
me
army
up.
coming for us. Wait.
Yeah,
Well, it's
we're
just not
wasting time. Yeah,
You
we
had
need
a
to go to.
question for me, I think.
Yeah,
What was your-
the
it was
white,
yours.
I wanted to know where white candies if you had. Any.
Oh, that was about the whistling light. Yeah. No, man, they're so. I'm assuming they're so good. They're probably
Okay,
so
well, we're done
good.
with you, so
Wait,
we
no,
gotta
Tillman,
go.
you want
What's
to
that?
come?
You can join us. You want to join us?
Until a second ago, but
Look, I got a lot of duties to like keep up with. They have me doing so much around here. Like, you'd think the other priests would do a little more, but they really just kind of like abuse me, man.
that doesn't surprise me at all. I'm gonna be
Would
honest
you
with you.
say?
Like 2 weeks ago, I had to sweep, and I was like, dude, I hate sweeping, man. I hate sweeping so
Wait,
much.
where
And
are you
they let me
from?
I've never
What?
swept.
Where am I from? What are you talking about?
Yeah, because you're probably too short to hold a
that's okay,
broom.
just- where are you from? You're not from
Like where
John?
I'm from? I'm
Yeah,
from
where
Sharon.
you
Yeah, I'm
from?
from here. What do you mean?
It's not really
Like
From
what
Sharon?
part?
value.
Okay, well, where's
Like
Sharon?
trash.
I'm from I'm from the Terminus district. It's one over.
Cool.
Middle. It's where is it?
You've never swept before, though?
No, I never swept. Yeah,
No, man, I'm with you. Sweeping is useless. It's gonna get dirty again.
it's just so annoying. Exactly, it just gets dirty.
Also,
I know.
what's
I
wrong
was
with
telling
it
them
being
that.
dirty? You know what I mean?
I'm
Live
gonna
a
go
little.
find Shadow.
Okay, let's go.
Build your
Let's
immune
go. Oh,
I mean, I literally can't get sick, so
Okay, see you guys.
Germs aren't real.
Well, I'm gonna
Super
let's
nice
go.
to meet
Germs not real.
Okay, see ya. Then you guys start walking out
Thanks
together,
for
and
your
he's like, "Oh, we're doing that thing, man, where we like say goodbye, and then we're both going the same direction." That's super weird. And you guys like walk out together awkwardly as he's making weird comments.
Hey,
like a
if there's like an
psycho.
army of warforgeds that come up here and a bunch of like Dask people, like take care of yourself, all right, pal?
Yo, man, I'm gonna be careful, man.
also
That
take
sounds
care of my
scary.
family.
They've got a
Oh, your
Medusa.
family is actually so nice.
Yeah, they've been
All those
Medusa. It
people-
turned me to stone.
No way, a Medusa.
No, it wasn't fun. It sucked.
It turned you to stone.
Tenant, no,
That's great. What did you feel like when you were in stone? What was it like?
it was horrible.
Oh, really?
It felt like nothing. It felt like I don't know.
Like you lost some of your life,
Yeah,
just flashed away. That's
yes.
deep, man. That is so deep. That's crazy. It feels like sometimes when I'm sweeping, I mean, that one time I had to sweep, it was like that time just left me. Like it was taken away from me. And I'll never get it back. You
He's
know,
just
sort of like being turned to
inhaling
stone.
some of the plume that I'm smoking.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little. He's like, man, you guys are awesome, man.
we should be best friends.
Dude, you guys are so awesome.
We should start a band. If we live through this war, we'll come back and say hello.
You know, I did pluck on one of the loots that I from your family that was there, and I'm not like that good, but I was like for a first time, I think I got something there. I could probably pick it up pretty quick.
Should.
Anyways, I probably got to go sweep or something stupid.
Can we keep this guy?
Okay, see you guys.
Love you.
Okay, are you guys going up too? That's so awkward if we did this double goodbye thing again. You guys
Twice?
coming up with us?
Incredible.
Are you coming
Let's
up here
go.
with me?
Yeah, I thought we were leaving.
Is there any other way out of here?
I'm
No,
just
you-
gonna, I'm just gonna like,
Let's just go.
You guys go down.
I'm just gonna
and he goes
say
up.
like, tell my family I'll see them later.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, we'll do.
Tell
All
my
right.
mom.
Oh
Come on,
yeah,
hug for me.
you're so sweet. Okay, okay, you guys leave. You see Shadow V.
Are they able to like come in, or are they like standing like?
So you guys like went out. I said it really fast, but you guys left the temple and went down halfway down the stairs into another door into like the building,
right
into the
okay.
big tower.
We're no longer in the temple.
So you were in the temple.
Oh,
and
okay.
your Shadow V was like just walking up the steps.
Gotcha. Okay.
You see Shadow V looks slightly different. Shadow V's hair is not in the same style, and it's dark. It's like black hair.
Wait, is it the same style that Santorini had?
Cemetery. No, but it's different than hers, which is weird.
Okay.
Halfway between.
The sense that I get from them, has it changed at all, or is it still the same? Like,
It's less foreboding.
okay,
And you're realizing now that like the feeling of that uneasy feeling was the feeling of somebody knowing exactly where you were
right,
and the unknown of what that thing is and what it could be, and the fact that it was getting closer and closer and closer. But there's still, I mean, there's still some uneasiness in there for sure.
Yeah.
There's some other feeling in there, but it's whether it's like evil or not, you have
right.
to.
I think I'll just be
unsure.
like, You changed your hair.
Yeah, I did.
Looks good.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I mean, yeah, like why just pair yourself after how I like to do my hair? You should do things how you like.
Well, I don't. Look, there's nothing against you
No, but like it's
because
all
we
right.
are like we're still
We're still
We're still
us, but
us.
you can look
Yeah.
like you can have your hair the way you want it.
I just didn't know that we could change.
No, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
It looks good. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Okay.
all things considered, right? Because this is kind of a weird and very sad situation. But like, you changed your hair and you're happy. That's great.
Why is it weird?
Well, I mean, suddenly you were here, and I don't really know where you came from, and you don't really know where you came from, and the last time we had that big conversation in the cogs, we were both very sad about
That's true.
the presence of the other person.
That's true. Yeah.
When I see you, it reminds me of a lot of things, and I feel really sad. But it's getting better.
I feel the sadness too.
Do we hear Vita saying these?
You hear
Only
Vi-
Vita.
well, Vita depends what you want
Not
to do.
Shadow Vita,
if
like
you
just
step
Vita?
back
No,
a little
yeah,
bit,
like,
or if
yeah,
you just
no, I don't-
started
yeah,
talking openly.
yeah.
Because I feel like I was just like, this is the most sensitive we've ever heard Vita talk ever.
Don't
True.
draw
Like,
any attention to it.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
even
no,
look
You
no,
guys
at
are all
it.
just like, like walking
Like-
beside her.
You haven't had any of it.
What's going on
She
with us?
lost it.
That's true. Scrap knows nothing about
Oh
it.
yeah, I forgot
That's wild.
about that.
This is new.
Anyway,
Just ignore you.
Yeah, apparently everyone ignores Scrap. Poor Scrap.
okay, well, you gonna come with us?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Where are we going?
Are we going to? I'm just like,
We're-
we're going to Borma, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I can lead you guys
I like the
there.
tone change.
So you're gonna meet us there?
Lead you guys.
Oh, I was
there.
like, okay.
All
I'm
right.
trying to look for my
So-
friend's name, but I can't find it. So,
It's Rufus.
okay.
Jonathan.
Ah, yes, Rufus.
Rufus
Yo.
Boromar. He's a bloodline.
He's Boromar?
Oh yeah.
Like the family?
He's a halfling. Yeah.
Real boy.
They're all Boromar. That's the thing with the Boromar clan. There are very few people who are let into the Boromar clan that are not blood, like halfling blood. Yeah.
Cool.
And there's so many of them. There's a lot of them. And they have a lot of power over the city as well. A few of you might know who have been in Sharn a long time that I think one of the Boromar clan is actually on the council as well. Of the
Sounds
city.
very Godfathery.
It does. I love it. You come to me. I'll do my
Sorry, what was that over there?
I can't do it, and I'm not gonna try to do it. My own friend.
I mean, you did it, but
Oh,
we all heard it.
Yeah, that was
It's on the
so
internet now
good.
forever.
No.
So, let's quickly go through because we're gonna speed a little up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you want to go talk to Boromar. You're gonna talk to our contact Rufus. Let's go. Do you know what we should do? Let's roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative. It's a happy initiative.
Happy
okay?
initiative,
Happy
everyone.
initiative roll
I
time.
rolled initiative in a
So
long
bad.
time.
This is clearly not the dice for me. I got a 4.
Yeah.
Not the
I've been
dice
diseased
for
for like
me.
5 sessions.
23.
What
Whoa.
the?
And a 19.
No, 7.
Okay, well you're too fast.
That plus
Proxy.
7 is.
Yeah, bing bong.
What'd you get, Thaddeus?
7.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Aren't you like pretty good at it?
Okay.
Yeah, plus
What'd you
4, but
5.
Five goes
it's not that much
west.
better than anyone else's.
Scrap.
Really.
19.
That's nice.
I go first.
It is rolled horribly.
Okay, so, within the next day or two, maybe 3 days even, things start changing around Sharn, around Lower Sharn, especially around Lower Menthis, which, if I'm not mistaken, and without looking at my notes, I think is where the Soggy Sook is, and the big opening down into the sewers and the cogs after that. A lot of Warforged just started appearing, led by House Cannith, is what they're saying. And you get clips from, or you get like rumors from people hearing things. You see newspaper articles that are like coming out talking about this amazing effort that House Cannith is doing to help bolster Lower Sharn in particular, and to help Sharn itself to become a better, cleaner, healthier city. You see articles of talking about how House Cannith was able to create these new Warforged that are sort of soulless drones that are only able to be controlled and help, and that they're able to like assist. That they don't need. They're not like other Warforged. These are like a separate model, and they make sure that like, House Cannith is saying that like these are not Warforged. These are a separate thing. But you guys know what really is going on is that they're real Warforged who have been turned around, right? Whenever House Cannith is poked or prodded about that process, they're very quiet about it, and like they play it off as if it's all fine. Like we just came up with like, we got to keep our house secrets. Like these are special House Cannith like
Proprietary
things, and yeah, and we don't want to get out. You see, and so you get all these ideas from like newspapers and from like some people talking about it, like, oh, this is good. But what you see and what you like hear from the locals is a totally different story. You're hearing about people being taken in the night or in broad daylight sometimes. Anyone who tries to go against what these people are saying get like attacked outright sometimes, or just dragged away to like dark alleys and like never seen again. A lot of people are missing. Like a lot of people, you're just like, well, don't know where this person is. And so things really change. So that's kind of what happens. So that being said, during this time, it's a lot more tense around here. It might be a little bit trickier to like go around and walk around. So you also notice some Dask members as well, an increased number of Dask roaming around the streets. Proxy, what would you like to do? What is Proxy doing in these few days?
Okay, I think.
You know what? Actually, before we get to that, let's go to the Boromar thing, because you already talked about that.
Okay.
So you guys go, you talk to Rufus. He sets up a meeting to meet with his grandfather, who is like a higher up member of Boromar. And they know what's really going on too, obviously. They see what's happening. They tell you that things are not well for Boromar, and that's like shocking in and of itself that they would even admit that, but that they need to do something. Like someone has to do something, and they want to like make a stand. That being said, you're not given information into what they're doing or what they're trying to do to make a stand, but Rufus is like on your side. And what I want to do is I want to have a persuasion roll, because you're asking essentially, what are you asking them actually? Let's start there.
What am I asking?
I think Rufus is saying like someone has to stop them. Like we got to make a stand, or they're just going to continue to run through the city. Should
I tell them what happened in the cogs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll say that there's a force that would be on our side, of the side of, getting rid of the Dask and House Cannith and all that.
This is talking about the Vermilion regime and Tonic and everything?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah.
So I won't necessarily...
Maybe keep it vague.
Yeah, I'm not going to say any Tonic or Vermilion regime.
I just meant like that's what you're referring to.
But I'll say
gotcha.
there's a force that is...
Yeah.
So we're not alone. It's not like just Boromar and us. And there is this other, group that is there to help. There's, a substantial amount of them. And so, I think we could band together and, put on the same badge and,
okay,
stand together.
Sorry, what do you want?
Could I add one quick thing
Yeah.
to it?
Totally.
I would say we have some evidence that Cannith and Dask are together. We've got like the letter to what's his nuts,
Yep.
and we've got the
Tareem.
fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
think I told Rufus this already.
Well, we could give it, and we could
Yeah.
say like, Boromir's got council resources. You've got proof that they're
That's
working
true. They
together.
can work
like,
from the top to
use
try
the
to-
top down.
Okay, I like it. So you give them the reflection capture device?
Sure, we
Here.
don't need it.
Yeah. I don't know. We
If
show
they-
it to them. I don't know if we give it to
If
them.
they
but-
could get like the police force coming in down, I don't remember what it's called. The whatever crown, whatever they're called.
The King's Citadel is
King's-
no.
yeah.
King's Citadel is like the special forces essentially, but they're
Even
the
them.
City Watch or the
Wait.
Sharn Watch.
Wasn't the King Citadel the ones who threw me
Threw you in, yeah.
in prison though? Why would we trust them? They're obviously working together.
Yeah, but like if anyone could take them down,
But
then
they're
it's-
not going to.
why not?
Why wouldn't they take
When
down...
have they ever helped anyone?
It's true. It's true. But like, I'll take any sword I can get against Canada.
Letting passing the information to them of all people would just let the others know that we know.
So Sammy remembers that, like, that's why Sammy was thrown into Godlust, is because she saw that the King's Citadel was working with some undead entity, that same undead entity that you saw
Was
above the arena in the cogs.
Never mind.
Mm.
Maybe not them.
Question.
Oh,
Answer.
So the other big houses throughout Sharn.
Jarasco,
So
etc.
Orion.
do they all have their own separate like military forces? Are they like these big houses where like, okay, like maybe they have their own industry, but they're also very much like they have their own kind of political views and alliances, and like they have their own like they have their own militia, or if you will, or is
So-
it like, you know, your house
Yeah.
transportation, you just have buses?
In the fastest way to say it is like, yeah, that's kind of how it is. They're not like they'll all have their own secret agendas and things
They're not
they're
like
trying to
nations,
achieve,
though.
but it varies from like city to city, and also from they're not like everyone in this house is aligned to this one political
Totally.
viewpoint or something, and they don't really have, like, no one's really allowed to have an army, because since the war, it's been like that's part of the
So they all just have sway of the police, basically.
I'm sorry.
They all have varying degrees of sway with like the cops.
Yeah,
Essentially.
probably. I mean, there's still like the council, and so the cops, the city watch, and all the king's forces are controlled by the king and the council. So they still have that. But and the houses, like the heads of the houses, some of them are on city council and some are not. So it kind of varies.
Right.
The Dragonmark houses are kind of separate from the political states of every city, but they'll have like a big like presence in certain cities, and certain ones they won't. Like House Cannith is huge in Sharn, right? Also House Orion is big in Sharn as well, which is like the transportation lightning rails,
Right.
and Lyrindar, which are like the controlling the skyships and stuff.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so I don't know if that really answered your question.
It did.
But,
Yes. No,
okay.
it did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, should I do this roll?
Yeah, so I will say, how do I want to make this work?
What do we want our involvement to be? Do you know what I mean?
I don't
Yeah.
even really know.
Because
Yeah.
maybe that is part of the pitch we should make to the Boromar. I just don't know what we want.
So make the roll first, and we'll see what happens. Make a general, like a persuasion roll, as you're trying to like.
can I get guidance?
You're
at
trying
all,
to
or
get
just a
nice.
general roll.
Yeah, I'll say with advantage because you're all there working together.
Okay.
Guidance might be a little weird
No, fair enough.
to be like, hey, take this, take this little perfume to make you more
Take
convincing. You know, like in the
take
middle of a
this
heated
perfume.
discussion, but
15?
15. Okay, I will say you get like middle success on that. You don't convince Rufus's grandfather that like Boromar needs to mobilize and take them all down. He seems to have his own idea of what he's doing, and they seem to be doing something about it, fighting them in some way, but they're not like willing to help you guys. And also, you're like a pretty small, like, who are you
Five
guys?
of
Like,
us,
you're
yeah.
almost nobody. Like, nobody's even heard of you guys except for Rufus. So Rufus, your old war buddy, man, he feels for you. He understands. He tells you, I could get a group of guys, a pretty large group of Boromar, who are pretty loyal to me. and we can help you out.
But
Like 5, 10, 100, 5,000?
also, how so?
I mean, I have to ask, so it might be might have to pull in some favors, but
Right.
like, are we gonna make a
So you told-
targeted assault on a certain area or group of them? Because we're not like, even if you give us like 100 guys, we're not gonna be able to.
Well, we know-
fight off all of them in Lower
we
Sharn.
know that Merrick DeCanneth is seems to be running around leading this thing. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Who?
Rufus says.
Orb Daddy.
Yeah.
No.
Scrap doesn't know who that is.
Scrap's never.
Scrap
been-
missed half of the
Is
game, okay?
Uncle Dempster?
Yeah, Uncle Dexter.
So I'm thinking we maybe capture him or
Capture America.
lure him somewhere.
Where are we
or-
gonna put him?
Look, I don't know, man. I'm just coming up with stuff, all right, on the fly.
I think
I think if we take out the head, we could take out the
Here's-
the
Is
rest.
he using that? Wait, we talked about the orb thing, the green
Mhm.
orb thing. If he's using that, we could potentially
Yeah. Do you know about the
take
orb,
it,
Rufus?
destroy it.
What are you talking about?
He's got an orb. Apparently, I wasn't there.
He's orb
it might
daddy.
just be his like the way he uses magic, but it might be what's controlling these
Mhm.
new Warforged. Gonna freaking kill him.
Yeah.
And I do have
Yeah, it
this
sucks.
sweet new device that's good at killing that family line.
That's
So-
true. 100% success rate so far.
Oh,
so this could come in handy. I'll like make them pop up.
Your little missile launcher.
Yeah.
Love it.
The one time you fired it.
So I think,
Instant death.
what if we?
It's all in his head now. He's like, this kills people instantly. The second it touches
This
them.
instantly kills members of House
I mean,
Canada.
I'm so powerful.
I think if we were to, like, have Four Clan looking out for them, and then we do an assault on like, what's his butt,
Merrick.
Merrick.
But he's going to be in Upper Sharn, right?
Well, no.
It sounds like
No.
he's leading this effort down here.
Yeah, down
He's
here.
going to be
down
down on the
here?
ground.
We've had reports of a noble who we presume is Merrick.
Yeah, and
DeCanneth.
he was
Didn't
in
his
the
brute start
cogs.
us? Well, yeah, but like I feel like the Citadel and the cogs is different than just like running around the streets of Lower Sharn. He's literally
Have
here
you guys
in person?
been to Lower Memphis yet? I'll say like
Tennessee?
maybe. I don't know. This is like all fluffy right now on timeline, but
Is this gonna be another prank?
Guys,
Have you been to
Gotcha.
Lower Memphis?
Yeah.
There's
Roll
nothing
for
there.
it.
the prank.
Doesn't even exist, idiot.
So Lower
He
Memphis
not
is
following
like
word.
in like lockdown, and they have like a curfew set up, and if you're out after curfew, you get like snatched up, and everybody is so happy in Middle and Upper Sharn because they're like, wow, look at the good that he's doing. Like the streets are clean, like things are looking amazing. They're all happy, and they're like rooting for him. And this is like a big thing, like people
So,
are
like,
talking about it all
Tennant's
over.
family.
Clean up the streets.
They're like, this is
Classic.
amazing. Like, it's about time. People are like, finally, like you hear reports like this. Lady's like, I didn't feel safe walking 1 foot down there without being mugged and like all this stuff. Yeah,
Clutching her pearls.
yeah.
Let's go kill this guy.
And so he's like, I think they're moving. I mean, they're moving around. So who knows where they're going to go next? But
Do you guys got some way to communicate with us?
yeah, we can use House Civis if we need to.
How quick of a return is that?
Well, maybe something a little more secure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, House Civis prides itself on security. That's like their whole thing.
There's still
Yeah,
Dragon
but-
Marked House.
Yeah,
you got a
that's fair.
sending stone?
No, I don't.
Do we have one?
I can make one, but I'd have to.
Losing
I'd have
saddlebags.
to. I'd have to dump the saddlebags or my.
No, don't we have new?
Storm Blaster?
Don't we have new shards?
Because I can only do 2 at once out of my 4 known.
Oh,
To what?
That's
2
Magic items.
magic infusions.
That's his whole like. He's an artificer. He's
Just like
whacked
every
out
day, he
like
can
that.
have 2 items that he makes.
Yeah.
Wait, and
Um,
you make the saddlebags every day?
I have to fix them every day. They kind of come apart at night. Like the magic kind of.
Remember when he turned to stone and then the room
They blew
erupted
up.
into trash?
Rufus
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
where are you located? Or is
we
that?
can say, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's up to
Yeah.
you guys if you
I
say.
mean,
It's
they're
a
falling
haven.
apart
At this point, we're like, we could die
Yeah.
any second. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Haven, Fallen Sky.
Fallen Sky Tavern.
Yeah,
Is that in Tavix Landing? I think.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
mhm.
right.
That's the
the
one.
Kind of a dingy place. Oh, okay.
It's our
Okay.
place.
Better than Lower Memphis right now, if you ask me.
Oh, how we fallen, eh, Thaddeuk?
I know.
You're not
Things are
better than
changing.
us.
Things are changing, I tell you.
says to like train trash dragon.
Wow, you're not better than me either.
Don't worry, I'm the best one here. We can all agree.
He's got a new body.
yeah,
Okay. So
especially with my new body.
he'll say, "I'll come and talk to you in a bit.
Okay.
We'll figure something out."
All right. Cool.
I'll say this real quick. When you guys go back to Fallen Sky,
It's burnt to the ground.
no, everything seems okay. Like things are moving.
Everything is
prank.
awesome.
There's a big.
You guys
hag.
have a beautiful like funeral for Zarek, and
Oh.
it's like really emotional.
Aw.
And Hale is still the way she is, and like it's been a couple days, and
Yeah,
she
we check
seems
every
strange.
little while.
Yeah.
Every couple hours, we're just gonna yank her by the hair out of the bag.
Oh, in the bag. You're still in the bag.
yeah,
That's
she's in the bag.
right. Okay.
You gotta keep her on your
When we
person
get
at all
back
times.
to Fallen Sky. Well,
No,
feel
we
like
should
it's
keep her.
probably
It's the
not
safest
safe-
spot.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah,
good point. Like, what
having
if
her
she-
with
not
us is
safe to leave her
better.
anywhere.
What if she comes
I
to
agree.
in the bag and dies? That's sad.
Well,
Anyways,
that would
If she
suck.
comes to in the bag, I'm assuming there's a demon in the bag now.
They can take care of each other down there.
Honestly.
You get back and you go inside and like everything's fine. You're like, okay, you're trying to figure things out. Like you all of a sudden have to run this place, right? And there's like a tavern side that like you can shut it down if you want or do whatever you want to. There's the children who are needing to eat. There are people in there who depend on this place to work. While you're there running the place, administrating, whatever you want to do, a dark elf woman kind of rushes into the door and like falls down onto the floor, and you can see that she's like nursing her arm, like one of her hands, her right hand. So that not everybody has left arm problems. Anyways, and you can and so
Sorenanta?
it is Sorenanta indeed.
Who's that?
She's one of the Fallen Sky members.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
one of Haven, who is one of the out of towners, you'd say.
Oh,
One of those
these
members
folk.
who like does the long haul duties.
Try to find us a hat.
And she's like, yeah, exactly. She's like nursing her arm, and as she pulls her arm back, you can see that she's like missing fingers on her hand, and they're like precisely missing, like a few, like 3 fingers.
Oh.
And she's like, guys, you lot, where's Hale? Where is she?
You really don't want to know, man.
Things are not well down here.
Okay. Before
Look.
you start spewing too much in the common room, why don't we go up and talk somewhere quieter?
Yeah, let's go see Hale. She goes up to the lift and like walks
You're
out.
not gonna want to see her.
You'll see her up there.
Hey,
She's like looking at the door as you guys all go up the lift and like walk over through the boardroom. She's like trying to get through this door. She's like, what is happening?
Yeah, let's go on a different one. Let's go on this other
Let's
room
go.
over here.
Go in the boardroom. Okay. You guys fill her in. I'm not gonna go through all that. Okay,
She's
you fill her in.
taking a
What's going
long
on?
nap.
She's like,
Show her the.
what? Oh, what is happening? Oh my! I
Where are
leave
your
this place-
fingers?
What you got? Yeah.
What's
Look.
going on your end?
Look, I'm sure you're aware. A lot of Dask and House Cannith are in Lower Sharn, and they know where we are, and they're coming
How do they know where we are?
because of that idiot.
New low.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Nulo.
Which one's Nulo again?
He was
He was
the.
Oh, the carriage driver?
Yes,
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Ah,
He's the
dang.
worst.
So Nulo, here's what Nulo was, and she's like wrapped up her hand in this moment and like healed it, like wrapped it up nicely. So
What
she's
did they?
not, like,
Did they
bleeding out.
torture you for information?
They caught me for a while. I escaped. I didn't say anything. But Nulo thought he. So
Okay.
Nulo's an idiot. Okay, I know we all know that. Nulo, his whole job, all he had to do was go retrieve food. So Hale, I don't know. This is kind of a lot. Hale had been taking food that was supposed to go to the refugees from Seer. She paid a guard. Her name was Fran, and they were supposed to bring the food. They were supposed to meet up with Nulo and then bring the food here. That was his job. That's it. That's all he had to do. Anyways, he thought he would go and investigate and what was going on with House Cannith, and he got caught. And I think he may have switched sides completely because he thinks of himself and he worries about his own life. And anyways, I don't think we have a lot of time. I think it'll take at least a day to mobilize all of them, because there's a lot of them. But I think they're headed this way.
Like straight to like Fallen
Like, who are they
Sky, not
after?
necessarily Tavik's Landing.
I mean, if Nulo, it depends. I don't know everything Nulo's told them. So they have Nulo though, so I assume they're gonna come here. That's just kind of my thought.
Who are they after?
Yeah.
Why do they care about
Like
us?
why? Like why would they care about us?
Well, they know who you guys are.
How?
Because of the.
Well, no, I know, but I want to know
them.
what she think. Like what?
Well, I know about the job that you guys did at Half and
Ah.
Halves and how terribly that went.
What's half an
That's
hour?
when we killed the Medusa.
You
Oh.
don't kill
You-
Medusa.
Almost
creamery,
killed the
yeah.
Medusa.
That's when I
The
got
creamery,
wrecked.
it's not a.
Don't get me started on
Also-
that frickin' Medusa.
I did a lot of intel. That's like what I do.
We did
okay.
kill the Medusa.
No, the
they took
Medusa
the
was-
dead
Wait, I
body
wanna
away
hear
and
more,
brought
I
it
wanna
back to
hear
life.
No, no, we got a
They
couple
did.
We got
snakes.
some of the
Yeah,
heads.
you did incapacitate him. You
Yeah.
did.
I knocked him
Um,
out.
Whether he died there or not is up for debate.
Wait, no,
Wait,
he
but
was, he
didn't
was,
we see
yeah, he was
them
at
in the
stadium.
Yeah, he
cogs?
didn't
So
die.
they
They
could have
Someone
either
took
revived
him.
him, or maybe he didn't fully die.
We were chasing the guy on
the
okay,
on his
okay,
board,
okay,
and he's
okay,
like-
okay,
But he's
okay.
alive now.
Well, he's
He's
alive
up
now.
and-
You
he's
saw
up
him
and
up in the in the
Also, we should bring the glider with us. Try to. Because
agree.
yeah, is it with us?
It's probably at the Fallen Sky.
She's just like holding her hand, like massaging her wrist and
Do
stuff.
you want like a heal or something?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, well,
She's
if
like
you are,
so hardcore, but she's not hardcore.
if
She
you're
tries.
fine, then be fine about it.
Yeah, can you
All right,
stop
okay.
grunting?
I'm just gonna like give her some of my plume. Like,
She takes a big drag, and then she's like, all right.
Terrible coping method
walks
over
out.
there.
okay,
walks
you
out.
got
Freaking-
something
she
better?
goes to
That's
her
how we
room.
do it in Lower Shard.
Yeah.
Should we hide everyone in the closet?
In the closet.
So that's
yeah, wait.
okay.
Oh.
This is where we're going to end the session tonight because it's going late. So things to consider. Think about what you're going to do in maybe a little bit of the downtime that I skipped over, and what you're going to do in the day that's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Okay, maybe they'll come here, maybe they won't. Maybe Nulo broke, maybe he didn't. Maybe he's with them now, maybe he's not. These are all questions that we don't know yet.
I'll be happily
He
surprised
broke.
if he didn't.
He's with him.
Those
Okay.
are already guess that first.
He's a
I have
triple.
another question for the DM.
Oh, hey, is that me?
Yeah, that is you.
love
Okay. Does would
Does would
okay,
Yes.
where
The answer is 3.
Shan works, would she have any kind of like safe house place? Not like necessarily like a safe house, but would she have any kind of like spot where she
Hangs out.
sleeps,
Never get those.
eats?
Sean Spot.
Shan.
Sean spot.
Yeah, I would say sure. I mean, I think that's feasible.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be repercussions for your persona because of the amount of time you've spent away. So like
Totally.
Zarek's or Zamvalor's fame is slightly lower now.
That's
Because,
fine. I mean, he ended on such a high note
He
after
did.
that like incredible show.
he did, and
did.
also you've like heard rumors of like where did he go?
Yeah.
Like he was
yeah.
in there and then he vanished.
Yeah, like everyone's just waiting. You know, it was all part of the act. Everyone's
part
just
of the act.
waiting for his like
His second
Comeback.
triumphant return.
waiting for the second coming of Zamvalor.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay. And like and Shan especially is like, what's happening?
I mean, it's just like she's aloof, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
when will she come back?
Yeah.
They
Cool.
can't wait. Okay.
But yeah, that you can have like a. It would be like an Upper Sharn though.
Yeah.
You'd have like a place. Yeah.
No, that's what I was wanting. Okay.
Upper Sharn.
What?
Wow.
So,
No,
anyways,
we're
we'll
on
go through all
royalty.
that next session, quickly, and then we're gonna do a final episode, everybody. Unless things change, unless everything changes, which it could possibly happen, and so I'm not gonna like put any final stamp on anything. But like, get ready, everyone.
Okay.
Like right now?
Be happy. I mean, be excited. I'm talking to the listeners, Reese. hey, listen, Dad, that's you. I'm talking to you. Bye, everyone. I'm gonna end the episode now. Oh yeah, and also follow us on stuff. Okay, bye.
What a solid ending.